right. Good evening, everybody. We're going live here in about 20 seconds. It's Twitter night. So we are going to be doing everything on Twitter. That's right. That's my guest tonight is Twitter. You, the Sandbox, hashtag F2B. I might take some phone calls. We'll see about that. But that's the plan. And it's about time we have done something like this. It's all Twitter all night long, going live in 5 seconds. 4. Here we go.
Bespoke radio for the masses.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army.
If the game is rigged, change the game. Game changer.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
This is Fade to Black with your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
I need your help to get to the year 1985.
You are listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Good evening. Fade to Black. Bespoke radio for the masses. Yeah, it is. That's right. Today is Monday, August 27th. August 27th, 2018. And I would like to welcome everybody listening all around the world. 240 days into the new year, just 125 days left. We are live from a bunker somewhere in the middle of downtown Burbank, California. And I would like to welcome everybody listening all around the world, all across the United States. Hither and thither, to and fro, back and forth, up and down, east and west, north and south, far and near. This is Fade to Black for KJCR, the Game Changer Network, and KGRA, the Planet. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. What is cracking, everybody? How you doing? It's Monday. That's right, I'm in the chair. And as promised, tonight, our very special guest is Twitter. That's right, a full-on Sandbox night tonight. It's all Twitter, all the time, all night long, right here on Fade to Black. And this is a show that we should have done a long, long time ago. You know, so much of what we do is right here on Twitter. And I love Twitter, and you hear me say it every single night. It doesn't matter if I'm here, if I'm over at Coast to Coast, I will constantly rave about Twitter, right? Twitter is live to my left. Well, it is. Well, here in the bunker, it's straight in front of me. You see the bunker cam's here, and there's stuff going on here, and there's phones and notes over here, and here's Twitter. Twitter's here. So, and with all the screens that I have, you guys are watching me right now. With all the screens that I have that go around the studio, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Each one does a different function. Okay, so this is phone lines and Rita on this screen here on this monitor. This monitor is phone lines, 2 and notes and things. And this screen here is is basically email and Twitter. This is the feed, the network feed going out with a chat room on it. This one is the video, the video feed. So I'm actually looking at myself here with audio and video and fades and all of that. So that's on that screen. And that one back there, that is commercials and the breaks. Something in my throat. So that's what's going on. So Twitter is literally right here. And we should have done this a long time ago. The Sandbox. And for all of you Fadernauts out there, you guys built the Twitterverse that we are in, which is called the Sandbox. You guys named it the Sandbox. In Twitter, you guys named yourself the Fadernauts. Do you remember that? That was so many years ago when we had that contest that night. But Twitter, it was built by you. And although I monitor it and we look at questions and we hang out throughout each live show, we've never done a Twitter night. And so many of you, hang out in Twitter and have your conversations going, and I can't pay attention to everything because it's going by so fast. So tonight, it's you. The guest is the Sandbox. The guest is Twitter. Hashtag F2B is where you want to go, and you can check out what actually goes on there each night. Okay. I may open up the phone lines a little bit later, too, as well. In a few short minutes, the one and only Ronnie McMullen is going to be here, and that'll help kick things off. Very cool. Ronnie McMullen's going to be here tomorrow night. Very special broadcast tomorrow night. Alan Green is here, another first-time guest. And Alan Green, his website is tobeornottobe.org. You can go and check it out. And we're going to discuss his decoding of Shakespeare, his work with that, his research. Amazing. His videos. What is going to be discussed tomorrow night is going to blow your mind. And I cannot wait for this. We have been putting this show together for months and months. But finally, it goes down tomorrow night. Alan Green. Get ready. Oh, man. I'm serious, too. You just wait. And Wednesday night, Eric Rains is back. I cannot wait. One of our favorite guests and friends, Eric Rains, will be with us on Wednesday night. And then Thursday night is another Fader Night with John Rappaport and his No More Fake Newsroom live, along with a very special guest, Jason Quitt, will be with us because we are going to announce the launch of a new website and a new film project, okay? All of that goes down on Thursday night. Of course, open lines all night long, and Jason Quitt's going to be here and help me man the phone. So we have an amazing week in front of us here on Fade to Black. And I just came off of Coast to Coast this weekend, too, as well on Saturday. And this Saturday, I will be back. Labor Day weekend, I'll be back over at Coast to Coast. It goes to show you. See, this is the deal over at Coast. You know, you've got George, right? You've got George Norrie. Of course, you have George Knapp, right? And then everybody else. And who has to work on Labor Day weekend? Everybody else gets, the weekend off. They go down and they go, okay, all right. We'll give everybody the weekend off. All right, that's it. Yeah, we'll have church. We'll have church host the show while everybody else gets to go and hang out with their family. That's the way it is. I recognize. All right, but I'll be over at Coast to Coast again this Saturday. And my guest is going to be Donnie Arcade. Yeah, I leaked that information. There you go. Okay. All right, email is jimmy@jimmychurchradio.com. You can go follow me right now at OnStellar. Send me a friend request, onstellar.com. Twitter is @JChurchRadio. Facebook is still alive. YouTube, you know what to do. You can go subscribe there. Email is jimmy@jimmychurchradio.com. Tonight, the Sandbox, as in every other night, hashtag F2B on Twitter, because our guest tonight is Twitter. Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast. Podcast banner is over at jimmychurchradio.com, just $2 a month. Also, you can become a Fadernaut in our membership section on the site. You can also get everything that you need right there. And don't forget about all of our sponsors. Coming up here in a few short minutes is Ronnie McMullen, Life Change Tea, and River Moon Coffee, Ancient Life Oil, Sacred Skulls, and, of course, Numana Food Storage and Bearing Optics. Let's get this show cracking. Happy birthday to today, Vic Mignogna. That's right, Vic Mignogna. Today is 56 years old. Captain Kirk in Star Trek continues. On this day in history, OTD 1989. I'm sorry. It wasn't in 1989. 1883, actually. Krakatoa blows up. The most powerful volcanic eruption in recorded history occurs on Krakatoa, volcanic island west of Sumatra. Heard 3,000 miles away, the explosions threw 5 cubic miles of earth 50 miles into the air, creating 120-foot tsunamis and killing 36,000 people. Remember, that was an uninhabited island. There was nobody living on it when that volcano exploded. Fader fact, Salma Hayek. That's right, Salma Hayek, as a young teen, went to a church that was known for performing miracles. And at that church, she wished for breasts. And that's your Fader fact. And I'm being serious. That's a Fader fact. It's been vetted. That's right. Salma Hayek. So I guess she got her miracle. But I'm bump. All right. Enough of that. Tonight, our special guest is Twitter. That's right. It's going to be a full-on sandbox night. You are my guest tonight. Okay? All of your questions answered. All of your comments will be commented on. I will keep up with everything. Okay? All right. Now, Ronnie McMullen from Life Change Tea is with us. Ronnie, good evening.
How you doing, Jimmy?
I'm doing great, man. You got that radio pipes, man. Radio pipes. I bring you on. It's so funny. I bring on a guest, bring you on, and and I'm comfortable because I know I can dominate. Not when you're on the show, man. You got them Ronnie McMullen pipes, my brother.
Yeah, but you got the pipes, you know it.
Oh man, I
heard you were a singing legend.
Yeah, I am.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, I am. It's legendary. I'll go with that. Now we've got a lot of stuff that I want to talk to you tonight about, but before we get there, have you ever wished for a miracle?
Have I wished for a miracle? Yes, I have.
Did it come true? Did you do it at church?
Yes, I did.
You did. And
I don't have any breasts.
Oh. You've got big feet though.
No, my feet aren't bad. I just, you know what I always wish for? This is going to sound crazy, but I got to be me. I always thought it was kind of manly to have, pretty good hair on your arms. And I'm almost bald as a baby's butt.
No, you're not. You got hair.
A little bit, but it's like little twinkles, like where some of these guys have the big tan arms with, hair and I don't know.
Right.
It's stupid. It's the Popeye thing.
You know what happened to me since we're talking? Okay, you know what happened to me? I had hairy legs all through high school, right? I got hair on my leg. I have zero hair on my chest. I got 2, right? Never had hair on my back, my chest, but I had hairy legs. About 5 years ago, Rita, I'm sitting out on the patio in shorts. She goes, "Your hair's gone." And I looked at it, I've got no hair on my legs. I mean, it's there, but it's not like it used to be, like, like hair.
I know.
It's weird, man. It's weird. Is that part of getting old?
And wearing pants.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. But I lost the hair on my legs. It's weird. I mean, I got peach fuzz. I mean, I got hair, but I used to have, gorilla hair, but it's gone. It's gone. I don't know what it is. And you don't have any answers. You're my MD. Ronnie, you're who I turn to.
I'm not an MD, but I just tell you, you got to pound the sea veggies.
See,
If you want hair and nails, you pound the sea veggies.
no, I don't want hair and nails. I'm good. I'm good with that. I'm good. I don't want any.
Well, you asked me. Hair and nails. It's the sea veggies. You pound the sea veggies. I mean, I don't know how many women have said thank you for pressing me for the sea veggies because my hair's better, thicker, shinier, all that stuff. And then your nails. Sometimes nails get weak and brittle, and so it strengthens your nails and grows them out.
And what do you call it?
What do I call what?
Sea veggies. Do you have it?
That's what they're called. Yeah, they're called sea vegetables.
Oh, okay. At Get the Tea.
Yeah, Get the Tea. You bet.
Okay.
We've had them for, good grief, 10 years, I think. 9 years.
That's the one product I don't take of yours. Well, see, I
can send you some. I'll send you some.
No. I've got a full head of hair.
Then you'll have hairy legs. And
I know. I don't. You know what my daughter said to me? Was this today? I would have to ask Rita. She says it might have been yesterday, but she goes, I want to dye your goatee. I was like, what? No.
Why? Because it's getting a little gray?
Yeah. I got a pretty good gray patch.
You earned that.
Yes, that's what I told
Rita,
her.
Rita, listen up.
No,
he earned that.
Rita,
you got to let him roll.
Rita was like, that'll be the last day you see me is the day that you dye your goatee. And how pretentious is that? If you're looking at some old dude and he's got a perfectly black goatee or brown, he's dyeing it.
Yeah, he is. or I love these guys that dye their hair. And I'm not trying to pick on anybody that dyes your hair, but I just think, man, you earned the gray. Mm-hmm. It shows your wisdom. Go for it.
Yeah. I still, I don't have any gray hair yet. No, it's not true.
You have a few.
My hair is natural. And so if you look really close, I've got long, I've got some individual grays.
I saw him.
Oh, you saw?
Yeah, I saw him.
Okay.
But I was proud that you didn't dye your hair.
No.
So I was like, dude, you're looking good.
Yeah, I'm lucky. I've been blessed with a full head of hair. So,
yeah.
Well, Ronnie, you've been running one of the great companies out there, and I'll flash this up for the cameras right now. This is live in the studio on my desk. There's my Ancient Life oil. There is my moringa. I'm holding it up to the cameras. There is my pine bark, and this is what's really funny. And here is some olive leaf extract. And my vitamin C, which I have to take every single day too as well. And then I've got my backup brand new bottles for when everything runs out. So I've got some more here. And this is what I do every single day. And I want to thank you for that. The taste, you need to get past the taste of things, right? If it doesn't taste good, you're never going to take it. And I prefer the drops. And all of these just taste so good. And this is what I take every single day. So thank you for everything that you do. But the Super Tea, which I drink every day, you're always improving and coming out with new products. And tonight you're going to introduce to the world a new Super Tea. What have you got?
Well, this tea is called Takedown Tea. And I really like the design on the front. Not that that's anything, but for those that have glucose issues and you want to keep it maintained and supported because you need to make sure your blood sugars are in the right realm, this is a beautiful product. I worked long and hard on it. I myself have blood sugar problems, and this did a great deal for me. I'm being very careful with my words here. So I would just tell you to try it. It's the same price as the Super Tea, and it just came out Friday. It's already going crazy, so I'm really excited about that. And in the next couple of days, we'll have another product called Minerals Plus, which I'm really excited with and should be taken with the Takedown Tea. Make sure you drink a lot of water with the Takedown Tea because it can dehydrate you just a little bit, but it will do some great things for your body. But the Minerals Plus is really a wonderful thing coming out too. And then of course we have peppermint tea. The Super Tea is coming out in peppermint, which has a picture of the race car I sponsor on the front, which is doing great air, catching some great air. So I'm really excited. The Minerals Plus is really wonderful because it's got vitamin E, vitamin D3, It's got potassium. It's got magnesium. It's got coral calcium in it, and 70 trace minerals in it. So I'm very, very excited about that, and that should be taken with the Takedown Tea and the Super Tea for that matter.
When I hear you list vitamins and minerals like that, is it possible to take too much? Can you?
That's a great question. And I've wondered that, and I've always I wanted a true answer. So I saw a nutritionist 2 weeks ago, and she tested my products, which I wanted her to because I don't ever want to sell a product that's no good. And she tested my products, and they all tested strong. They all tested good. And she put them all together, and of course with my body. And yeah, I could take 30 products at one time. And I was kind of amazed. I thought, well, shouldn't you take this a little bit here, a little bit there? She's like, you can take it all at one time if you're a real pill eater. And I said, well, I don't have a problem taking pills. And I said, but it seems that's a lot. And she's like, well, your body needs stuff because our food supply is depleted. So, as long as you're getting good stuff, which, my stuff's organic and non-GMO, you're going to be good to go. And I'm watching my body change. I would tell everybody out there, get a nutritionist. Most incredible thing, most smartest thing I ever done, because just seeing her after a week, my energy levels went way up just by changing some diet things, and not like craziness, but just you need this, you need that. Your body doesn't like this. I knew exactly what I was allergic to or what I have a food sensitivity to by taking tests with her. I said, how accurate is this? 95%. Okay, that's good enough for me. So it's been really good. And of course, all my stuff tested good. So that was very, very exciting.
Now, when we hear a lot about vitamin D, and it's obviously added to milk, vitamin D milk. And I think that's where most of us even know what vitamin D is because of that. Why is vitamin D so important? And, for instance, why is it added to milk?
Well, it actually, if I'm not mistaken, it is actually occurs naturally in milk. I don't know how natural and homogenized. I think they have to do some additives and that kind of thing. But a lot of raw minerals come, and vitamins and not supplements, but a lot of vitamins come in raw milk. We've been taught not to drink raw milk because it's bad for us. That's all fake news, to be quite honest with you. So if you can find raw milk, which I think Sprouts over there in California, they carry raw milk now. I know they do in Arizona. And raw milk is it's like drinking a big bowl of vitamins. So really good. Homogenized, you actually can get sick from. So, and of course, some people disagree with me, but that's okay. But yeah, why do we need it? Well, it's about the sun. It's something to do with the sun. And we need the vitamin D most of us are vitamin D deficient because we're indoors all the time. Nobody works in their yard anymore. Nobody does, only the construction crews are out there working in the sun. So we need a certain amount of sun, and we're not getting it. And so it causes things to happen. Vitamin E is another important one too. And potassium and magnesium, we're short of magnesium, or we're getting the wrong magnesium. But the biggest thing is why I would tell people to go see a nutritionist is because you'll know exactly where your body is. You're not guessing. You're not saying, oh, I think I'm deficient. You'll know. It'll say right there. And that's pretty positive stuff. And we need to supplement these in these times, unfortunately, because our food supply has changed and we're being bombarded by chemicals and garbage and everything like that.
And it has to do with the sun, right?
Yes.
Vitamin D?
If you go out and sunbathe, you're going to get tons of vitamin D. Yep.
So you get it.
Your body produces it. It's not like it's coming in through the airwaves. Your body produces it being in the sun.
So now
it's internal.
If you live north, right? If you live north where there's less sun, longer winters, more night, all of that.
Better be supplementing vitamin D.
You've got to be taking vitamin D. Makes sense.
Yeah, I doubt if the South needs much vitamin D.
Right.
Mexico, Guatemala. Don't think in Arizona, New Mexico,
South Africa. Right.
I don't think they're deficient unless they're indoors all the time.
Now, your racing team. I want to talk about that really quick before we run out of time. Connor McMullen, your driver, You're the sponsor of Connor. What happened? Give me the news. I want
this is exciting stuff. So if my voice goes up like a little 3-year-old, you'll know why. We just won the largest race in the United States when it comes to dirt, and it is called the Vegas to Reno race. It's 530 or 550 miles, and we race, obviously a race car, but it's a dune buggy. I call it a dune buggy. The team that I've helped support kind of shrieks when I say that, because you think of this little Volkswagen, and it's a very high-tech race car that's set for the dirt. And my driver, who is he'll be 18 in November, so he's a young guy. He just won first place in his class. Now that I think he went against 26 cars. So that alone is a big thing. Second thing to note is there was over 300 entries that went into this race, from trophy trucks to Class 10, Class 1, all these different cars, even some motorcycles jumped in and some razors. So out of 300 plus entries, 170-something cars finished. Out of 170-something cars finishing, Connor finished like 26th, 25th, something like that. Overall.
That's insane.
Overall.
And he's not even 18 yet. Does he have a driver's license? That's
yeah,
crazy.
He does. This kid is fast. Now, his dad built the car, and that's what he does for a living, is build race cars. And his dad built the car. But you have to know this. What's really cool about his class, especially Class 10, is all the cars are pretty much the same. They're buttoned up. It's called a sealed engine. And so they have a 4-cylinder Chevrolet engine. And, they put out, I think it's 183, 187 horsepower. So basically all the cars in his class have the same engine, which means, okay, depending on how fast you are, it's really based on your driving skill. Right. It's not based on your car being, big V8 versus a little 4-cylinder. It's not like that. So he won 20-something cars. And here's another big thing. So this is a 530, 550-mile race. We left at about 11:25, something like that. And we ended the race about 9:30 at night. There was 14 pit stops. And these aren't pit stops where you get out and have donuts and coffee. These are pit stops where you roll in, you fuel up, they change tires, and you're on your way. Our average pit stop was 3 minutes.
That's incredible.
So that's changing tires, fueling the car, wiping their goggles, and getting on the road. But so all these hours and 500-something miles, usually they'll have 2 drivers. They'll have one driver go at least half the race, or sometimes 2/3. They'll switch drivers, which that's totally fine, and they'll finish the race. Connor did the whole race by himself. I mean, obviously he had another person that basically runs the GPS system. But which is very high tech, because the powdery dirt, when you're going, they topped out, their top speed was 106 miles an hour. Some of the trophy trucks average 140 miles an hour.
That's insane. Insane.
And sometimes if a trophy truck is behind another trophy truck and they're averaging 140 miles an hour, there's zero visibility, and happens the same way. So Connor had a bad break on one of his races, and the car got hit by another trophy truck. So they were kind of doomed. And so it put him in this race. He started out of 26 cars. He started, I think, number 23. So he had 23 cars in front of him, which means he had to pass all those cars to get into his place and do better time. So I'm very proud of him. I'm very proud that, my sponsored car, basically won one of the biggest races there's only one that I think is bigger, but it's not longer, and that's the Mint 400. So that one's coming up too. And I think this year, the Mint 400, I think he placed second or third, or maybe he placed first in that one. I can't remember. So he's definitely up for Rookie of the Year. And you can see our stuff on our website. We're putting up some Connor stuff and some the Get the T car. And we'll have some racing footage and all that kind of stuff. So we're just I'm so proud of the team, proud of Kevin as the builder, and raising his son to be a good man, a very humble man. And I have to share this. This is just so cool. I got a minute maybe here, but so the race is over. We get the car put up on the trailer. We're getting ready to go over to the hotel. Everybody's whooped. I mean, we've been up since 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning, and it's like 10, 11 o'clock at night. And Connor's just wasted. So he sits in the back of the trailer, and I said, man, you did good. I'm telling him how proud I am, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, you know what I would like right now? Now, no one is around. There's no cameras. There's no nothing. He goes, you know what I would like right now? I said, what, man? You raced hours and hours. I'll get it for you. You think my dad's got any of the tea left? Because that sounds so good. I'm craving it.
Did not.
I swear to God.
Did he really? Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
And you know what? That was like my proud moment, because his dad drinks I think his dad drinks like a half gallon a day. I mean, he's like a get the tea junkie,
Unbelievable. So cool.
So he's like, yeah, I think my dad's got a cooler in the truck. They keep this big cooler in the truck. And so he goes, yeah, I'm craving it. And it's true. If you drink the tea every day and then you stop, you don't drink it or whatever the case may be, you actually crave it. Your body will crave it. So but I just thought that was great. There was no cameras. There's no crowd. It was just me and him talking on the end of the trailer. And there he says, I really would love, to drink some tea. And I just thought, yep, this is like my own boy. This is great.
So cool, Ronnie. And congratulations not only on the truck and Connor and his dad, Kevin, a great racing team. It made me so proud to go and look at the race results, and right there, sponsorship, Get the Tea. It's right there. Looking at the race results, I just couldn't believe my eyes. And he was right there at the top. Incredible. Thank you so much, Ronnie, for everything. And the new tea is called Takedown Tea.
Takedown Tea, and you'll find it under glucose maintenance. It'll be probably in another week or so. It'll be on the front page, and you can scroll down. I might even have some specials on it pretty soon. But it's if you have a glucose, you need glucose support, this will support you, baby.
Thank you so much, Ronnie. Behave and be well.
All right. Thanks, Jimmy.
Thank you, Ronnie McMullen, Life Change Tea. And man, so cool to have Connor McMullen. No relation to Ronnie. I know what you're thinking. What kind of coincidence is that? Just go to getthetea.com, promo code Fader, Fader. You'll get yourself free shipping. All right, it's Fader night. It's Twitter night here on Fade to Black. We'll figure all of this out here in just a few minutes. Stay with us. I'll be right back.
You're listening to Jimmy Church, Fade to Black.
Fade to Black will now pause for alien identification.
The station that talks the net. KGRA Radio. When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roast it to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Yes, River Moon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Just click on the banner at jimmychurchradio.com and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today. Go Beckley Teppy.
What can I say about the most popular tea on the internet? And what do customers say about Life Change Tea at getthetea.com? A lot. But by federal law, we at getthetea.com cannot make claims to how this product can enhance your health. We cannot even post our testimonies without being in compliance. So how do we get past the hump? Try our products at getthetea.com and see for yourself. You can send us a testimony, but we just can't post it. Bummer. Our products are GMO-free and organic. We pride ourselves in being the best we can be, and we urge you to take charge of your health. We're 11 years strong, and many of our customers have shared their successes with friends and family. Protect your colon. Log on to getthetea.com. That's getthetea.com. Getthetea.com. Getthetea.com.
9 out of 10 geneticists agree.
Fade to Black is not your father's radio show on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, The Planet.
Win big with KGRA this summer. Tickets and hotel accommodations to the biggest conferences, autographed books and DVDs, chances to win all-inclusive conference cruises, and private dinners with your favorite KGRA hosts. Click the contest tab at kgraradio.com for your chance to win big this summer. Your contact for the best alternative talk radio on the planet. kgraradio.com.
Hi, this is Rob Reiner from Anvil, and you're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com.
What's up? I'm Chris. What up? This is Kyle Massey, and you're listening to Jimmy Church Radio.
All right, welcome back. Fade to Black. It's Twitter night. That's right. I'm so excited about this. And a couple of things. All right. We spend so much time with all of you on Twitter during each show, and not enough credit where credit is due. So much of the success of Fade to Black is based solely on what you guys have done on Twitter. It's just turned into its own machine, and it's gotten huge. I mean, I thought that a few years ago, Twitter was about as big as it was going to get for us here on Fade to Black, and it is just gotten huge. It's gotten huge. So that's what we're going to do tonight. I'm going to spend my night with all of you on Twitter, and I am going to open up the phone lines, but this is what's going to happen on the phones. Only call in if you are posting on Twitter. If I pick up a phone call and it's somebody that's not on Twitter, you will hear me hang up on you, the audience. Okay, I'm going to have fun with this. So I'll open up the phone lines, but you've got to be on Twitter. That's it. Okay, next. I'm going to do this tonight. Rita doesn't even know. I was straightening out the bunker. I did a bunch of work on the studio here and moved stuff around. I brought the audio racks, and they're now down below here. And so I've got to show. And so the computers that were up above the audio racks got moved down, right? Oh, it's so nice in here. It's just, I have desk space now. I didn't have that before. So anyway, when I was doing that, I found this. I'm holding it up to the camera. This is a brand new, in the box instruction manual, Studio Dome boombox. Look at that. Still wrapped, the instruction manuals, everything is here. So this is what I'm going to do. It's one of those things that you find and you go, yeah, I found a gift for myself. But no, I'm going to give this away tonight. I'm going to give this away. And this is the requirements for this. This is not cheap. But the best tweet tonight that uses the hashtag F2B or F2BQ for Fade to Black questions, the best tweet will get this brand new Studio Dome. Right? Okay. So there you go. How cool is that? Somebody's going to get this tonight, but it's got to be the most awesomest. And I want to just make sure that you use hashtag F2B or hashtag F2BQ and I'll ship that to you. Just make it good. Make it good. Make it funny. Make it smart. And there you go. Now, I'm going to jump over here to Twitter. Let's see what Jordan says. What's your favorite work you did in the music business? Oh, okay. I get it. Producing and mixing was my favorite part about it. Hanging out with artists and all of that stuff, but the art of mixing, I go back to 2-inch tape and then ADATs and digital, and of course today everything is done on computers, but there is something about mixing. But I love recording too, and I love placing microphones on stuff. But all of that is the process, right? Engineering and producing. But when you get everything recorded, everything is overdubbed, everything is ready to go, it's getting to the mix stage. And mixing was always my favorite part when I could get down to it. And I would usually mix by myself. I would very rarely mix with a band because they would always mess stuff up. So normally what I would do is if I did mix with the band, after they left, I would mix by myself without them. And then when they would come back the next day and I played the mixes for them, they would think that it was the mixes that they were listening to the day before when I was with them in the room. Yeah, it's my little trick. But yeah, mixing was my favorite thing. That was actually my favorite part of it. What became of the Tascam Winners radio shows? We had 3 winners. We announced them, and that's a really good point. One of them, we announced the winners. I'll have to go back and actually look. I got one of the submissions actually finished the show and sent it in to us. The other 2 did not. They took the gear and probably didn't know how to use it. And we were waiting for the other 2. I've got one of the shows that sent it in and was finished. So there you go. But we announced the winners here. There you go. Okay. Let's see. Alan Wenner. Jimmy, what's your favorite NFL team? Fader 1 and Fader 2 want to know. The Indianapolis Colts. There you go. Sports question. The Indianapolis Colts. What is Fader 1 and Fader 2's team? I would like to know that. Let's see. Is it secret that you like to brush ponies? Man, that's an old, that goes way back. And I'm going to, that was a Rita thing, the brushing ponies. And I'll never forget that. When it came in, I was like, what? And there you go. So that goes back a long ways. I don't think we'll ever stop running that commercial. Starting next week on the 1st, we've got a bunch of new commercials that are now in rotation, and we've got a bunch of new drops that we're doing. So there's going to be a big revamp that happens next week after the 1st. So one thing that's not going to get dropped, though, the ponies. They will always be there. Jimmy, Story Musgrave, whatever happened to the Fade to Black show that you planned? Is it still in the works? Story, that was a few years ago. And Story was going to be at Contact in the Desert. And we had scheduled a show with Story. And went back and forth, and everything was set up and planned and booked. And it came down to the day of the show, and Story was a no-show. And he had told us there was a mix-up in the scheduling, and he couldn't do the show that night. And I just let it go. We book so far in advance that, and then if my memory is correct on this. Contact in the Desert kind of came and went. And then after that, Story just kind of dropped out. You know, he kind of dropped out of things. So I would have loved to have done the interview. I don't know. Rita, have we had an astronaut on the show? Yeah, that's a good question. Have we had an astronaut on the show? I think we have. I can't remember. So, but that's what happened with Story, and it just kind of came and went. It was kind of a weird thing, and once I'll say this, let me jump into the zone here. We do so many shows. Okay, there's 4 nights a week of this, then there's 1 or 2 nights of Coast to Coast AM, week in and week out. That it's once we blow past an opportunity, right? Once we get past it, we have moved on, and the next thing you know, the past is not only so far in the past, but it gets forgotten about. We're always focused on the next show and the next thing, and working on that. And Story just got lost in the mix, you know. And it's I'm bummed out that I didn't get to interview Story, but it was also an opportunity for Story to be on this program and to talk about the space shuttle and the Hubble telescope, of course, and all of that. And it's really unfortunate. But that's how it happens here. It's not only with Story, but it happens all over the place where I will be, and Rita and others pursuing the particular show, and things get booked. And the next thing you know, it's a month later, and somebody that we had planned on booking didn't get booked, and then it just never happens. You know, we'll pick up the ball. It'll be a year later sometimes. Oh, man, would you like to be a guest on the show? Yeah, we were talking about it a year ago. I know. But that's how it happens here. It just blows past you, and the next thing you know, it gets lost. It gets lost in the mix. Jimmy, would you ever jam on the air? Do you still play or practice guitar? Where can I hear your playing? Well, where can you hear the playing? The playing is in some of the commercials. Yeah, I could, hold on for a second. I could play a track right now. Let me see here. Hold on. Let me see if I've got I'm looking. I'll prep. I thought I had. Okay. I'll grab some stuff during a commercial break, and I'll see what I can do about that. And I'll play some. I can play a track tonight. So in some of the commercials, my guitar playing is there. I'm not set up right now to just pull down a guitar and start playing. But maybe one day I'll play live on the air. I was almost in the mood to do it right now, but we'll see about that. Let's see what else we got here. Jimmy, this is from Sabrina. I'm reading all of this stuff live on the air, by the way. I don't know what I'm reading in advance. Jimmy, would you share a dark night of the soul moment where all hope seemed lost and you found your way through it to see the light, and how it was of benefit to you on the other side? I'm not sure if I understand this. Something that everyone could relate to no matter what walk of life they came from. Would you share a dark night of the soul? A dark night. Okay, I got to think about that one a little bit. I'm not too sure. I think I understand where that is coming from. Let me see. Would you share a dark night of the soul moment where all hope seemed lost and you found your way through it to see the light? Okay, I've got play. Come on, Jimmy, play the SRV for us. Man, I got to plug in. See, this is the thing. I have an amp. I've got the Fender Mustang right here, right behind me. But I would have to plug in, turn it on, get a tone, and there's noise gates and there's things. I don't have it plugged into the console. There's no direct. It's not that simple. I would have to plan in advance. But yeah, I don't have any issues with it. I have nothing. There's no shame in my game. Okay? There's no shame in my game. As far as the dark moment goes, Rita, what dark moment should I share? Should I share a dark moment? I don't even know. We've all got them for sure. Okay. A dark moment. A dark moment. I don't know. I got to think about that one. I got to put that one in. I mean, the one thing that I've shared for everybody is the time that I was in the hospital when I was 20 years old. That was a strange thing where I didn't know what was wrong with me. I was very, very ill. My temperature was all over the place, which I didn't know. Physically, it was telling me that, but I didn't take my temperature. I was too much of a doofus. I was 20 years old. But I wound up in the hospital, and when I got there, I didn't leave for 28 days. Yeah, 28 days in the hospital. And that's where you reflect on things. I left in a wheelchair and was left in that kind of state for a very long time after that, almost a year. But the thing that if that hadn't have happened, I wouldn't have moved to California. I probably would have stayed in Indianapolis. But that's one of the best examples I can give of hitting a point in your life where it just scared me. It scared me. And I said to myself, if I get up out of this wheelchair, right, and I get to the point where I can walk and look normal and just physically get to that point, that I was going to jump on a plane and go to California. I was not going to squander my youth and the opportunity I didn't want to just let life pass me by. Yeah, I didn't want to have it happen. So there you go. And I came to California, and I'm here with you tonight, probably because I got sick. And I got really ill. I mean, it was bad news. Let's go to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Is Jake here?
You're live on the air. Are you on Twitter?
Yes, Sinbad Rep on Twitter.
Oh, okay. I got you right here. How you doing?
Pretty good. About yourself?
Well, it's Twitter night, man. And you're hanging out. I was watching your tweets earlier.
Yes, I just wanted to ask you a couple of questions about recently the Mr. Calvin Parker from the Pascagoula UFO abduction incident came out. Have you heard anything else about that, or have you ever had made any inquiries about having him on the air?
I have, and I'm happy that Calvin finally, after all of these years, has decided to speak out. He's got his new book out, and I know that he's been doing some media stuff, and they have reached out to us about having him on the show. So we may be doing that very soon.
Okay, I was just wondering because I grew up right a few miles from where he was, so I was just wondering about that. It's good to know that he actually came out, to tell the world his story than just because, I couldn't believe like what he went through and then went that many years of secrecy and then all of a sudden, he just came out, and I'm really glad that happened and what he's done.
Yeah. Have you met him?
I have not. I want to one day, but it's just good to know like our area of the country and our area of the South is like there's a guy that he's told the truth, and I honestly 100% believe what he's told.
Yeah, and when that story broke, and I'm thinking now it was 1973, and that was before Travis Walton. And when that story broke, it made the headlines. And one of the things that I felt really bad about Mr. Parker was the jokes and the making fun of him in the South and Pascagoula, how he was treated over the years. I thought that was not cool. And that was probably part of the reason why he just decided not to talk about it anymore, because he was teased so much.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't blame him because, I mean, honestly, as you can tell, I have the same accent as he does. And then when you tell someone these stories that you experienced, personally, it's just like as soon as your accent plays and goes into play, it's just like they pretty much discredit you right off the bat, regardless.
Yeah, and that's the way they did it, back then. Today, I don't think it's as much like that. I think that we all know and understand that there is something going on out there, and the UFO question and ET contact is not the funny subject that it used to be, and which is why Calvin probably, I haven't spoken to him, but which is probably why he feels it's safe, to come out and talk about this now. But we're going to get him on the show. I can promise you that.
Okay. I was just wondering if he was, and it was just good to know that a fellow Southerner actually came out about his experience and that. And I mean, of course, I never had an abduction experience. I had a bunch of other experiences, but I was just wondering, and then it's good to know that he finally came out and just got all this stuff off his chest.
Thank you so much, man. And just go and hang out on Twitter, okay? It's Twitter night.
All right, I appreciate it. You have a good night, and I love the show.
Yeah, thank you so much. See, you got to be on Twitter. I dare somebody to call up and say they're not on Twitter. This is Twitter night on Fade to Black. So much of what we have done and succeeded in is because of all of you on Twitter. I need to take a quick break right here, but I'm reading Truth Seeker just posted, have you ever seen the Jerusalem UFO, and do you think it's real? Wait till you hear my answer on that. Rich wants to know, tell us a secret. We're all friends. We'll get to that one, too, as well. And Calling All Hippies just said, hello, can you see me on Twitter? Yes, I can. See, it's Twitter night. Cassandra, man, Twitter is just blazing. Do you think the crystal skulls are real? Or spiritual or alien devices, or just a hoax? I've got my crystal skulls right here. There is Jose right there. There's Jose. Boom. I've got a bunch of other ones right here. Do I think they're real? Of course I think they're real. I'm holding it right here in my hand. We'll talk about that too as well. This is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. It is Twitter night right here on Fade to Black. All of your questions answered. I will comment on your comments. Post some pictures, do your thing. I'll keep the phone lines open only if you are on Twitter. It's going to be a great night. Hashtag F2B is the sandbox. Of course, you can follow me at J Church Radio. It's Fade to Black, bespoke radio for the masses on the Game Changer Network and KGRA, The Planet. I'll be right back.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
This is KGRA Digital Broadcasting Station, Salt Lake City, Utah, Van Buren, Arkansas.
Does your basement or crawl space have a damp, musty smell? Well, watch out! That's a sign of too much moisture and not enough ventilation. And that can mean increased mold growth and the buildup of harmful toxins and gases. Don't bother with a dehumidifier. It just circulates the same unhealthy air. Now there's a better way to remove these dangers and odors. It's with the computerized Wave Moisture Control Unit that reduces moisture and expels pollutants.
We replaced our old dehumidifier with the Wave unit, and in only 3 weeks, our basement is dry and the musty smell smell is gone.
Wave units require no maintenance, no buckets of water or filters, and costs only pennies a day to run. Breathe better, live healthier with an affordable, no-maintenance Wave unit. Call 888-717-WAVE, 888-717-WAVE, or visit dryhealthyhome.com. dryhealthyhome.com.
Ride the wave. Wave Home Solutions for a healthy, comfortable home.
Hello, I'm Katie, and you're listening to my main man, Jimmy Church, on jimmychurchradio.com.
Hi, this is Ray Hobbs here, repping the planet, and you're listening to my good friend, Jimmy Church, Fade to Black, on the Game Changer Network and the KGRA digital broadcast station.
This is Toby Kebbell. You're listening to jimmychurchradio.com. Don't hurt me, Jimmy. I'm only little.
Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier.
And this is Ari Gold.
We're the Honey Brothers.
Yes.
We are of the Honey Brothers. Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier.
And I'm Ari Gold.
We're the Honey Brothers.
And you're listening to Jimmy Church.
The Revolution.
Ancient Life Oil. Life-changing. The real oil. CBD is truly Ancient Life Oil from the source. This oil has no psychoactive effect and is also legal in all 50 states. When you're healthy, you're happy. The truth about this wonderful plant is that it wants to give back to mankind life, longevity, and happiness. Ancient Life Oil are golden grade, all organic, non-GMO, and infused with high-quality liquid coconut oil. It's simple. Just go to ancientlifeoil.com today. That's ancientlifeoil.com. The best, purest, organic, and non-GMO CBD in the world. Go Beckley Tappy. The statements made regarding these products have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Please consult your healthcare professional about potential interactions or other possible complications before using any product.
This is Micah Hanks of the Gralien Report, and you're listening to Jimmy Church on Fade to Black, across the globe on the Game Changer Radio Network and the one and only KGRA Radio, The Planet.
Welcome back. Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Tonight is Twitter night. That's right, Twitter night on Fade to Black. It's about time we've done this. So, the phone lines are open. If you are on Twitter right now, I'll take your phone call. If not, you're going to get hung up on. I haven't hung up on any. I've only hung up on, I think, one person in 5 years. One. The famous Dino night. Dino disappeared. Anybody ever heard from Dino? It's been, 3-4 years? I don't know. Man, that seems like forever ago. But anyway, if you're not on Twitter, I catch you. Going to get hung up on anyway. All right, so it's Twitter night. Hashtag F2B is what you want to use. And hashtag F2BQ is questions, but you can use both for that. And the best tweet of the night, I've got it right here. A brand new Studio Dome boom box. In the box, cables, instructions, everything right there. Found this in the bunker. I was like, wow, okay, I'll give that away. It's just going to just sit here in the bunker, and somebody needs to put this to use. So, hashtag F2B has to be in your tweet. Hashtag, yeah, I know, Dino, right? Hashtag F2BQ. All right, now right before the break, so we'll keep this going, was the question. Let me see who posted it. Let's see. I think it was Truth Seeker. Truth Seeker wanted to know about the Jerusalem UFOs. Man, okay, I'm already getting lost in Twitter here. Okay, yeah, 7 minutes ago, right here, Truth Seeker. Have you ever seen the Jerusalem UFO, and did you think it's real? Okay, let's go back in time here. When that video originally got posted, I was listening to Coast AM with Art Bell, And Art talked about this amazing Jerusalem UFO video. So I immediately went and chased it down and watched it. And it was probably on my cell phone, and then I watched it on a computer. But I was blown away, just like everybody was. And listening to Art's reaction to it at the time, I can't remember word for word what Art had said, but that it was, pretty incredible. So I go and I watch the video, and I went, okay, So I watched the video, and then there was 2 or 3, maybe 4 videos that all surfaced from different points of view around Jerusalem of this ball that had come down above was it the Dome of the Rock? Yeah. Came down, stayed there for a second, and then shot off really quick. And as I was then something curious clicked off in my mind, which was, I don't see the area being lit up. All right? There was something funky going on. And if there was this bright ball that was above the dome, wouldn't the rest of Jerusalem be illuminated, especially the dome? And it wasn't. And I looked at all the other videos, and it got curiouser and curiouser for me. And I was looking at the other videos, and they weren't quite the same, but they were supposed to have been shot at the exact same time. So as I started to put this together, probably that week or the week after, well, it got debunked, but I believe, now we're going back, that's probably 2010, 2009, when that surfaced. I don't know exactly. I'm not doing that kind of research right now. But I believe that the people that put the videos together came out and admitted to it, that it was just something that was put together. It blew up the internet back then. And if you go back and check out the history of it, I think you'll find out who actually put the videos together. I think all of that information is out there. And yeah, it was too good to be true. It was well put together, and having the crowds. Now, what it also did, if you remember, it also started a trend in hoaxed videos where you would have people standing around shooting, and so you're shooting the video, right, of a blank sky, but you've got 4 or 5 friends around you going, wow, that's amazing, look at that, yeah, look at that. So you have all of that in the video, and then you go and you add the object later into the video. And you see that so often these days that I think it all started with the original Jerusalem UFO. All right, next. Jimmy, I know that you let everyone, this is from Gonza Metal. I know that you let everyone speak and that you listen to everybody, but without naming names. Have you ever interviewed somebody you don't believe or don't trust? Someone you think is talking BS, excluding flat earthers, of course. That might be the tweet of the night right there. Well done. I don't really look at things with that frame of mind. I don't want to come at things with that reference. And one of the reasons why I don't do that is I've seen what I have seen and have experienced what I have experienced. So when somebody is telling me about their own experience, I leave it up to the audience to look at things like that in that way. That's what I do. I don't necessarily, have I ever been in a position where I went, oh man, only, I think twice. And I'll go ahead and say who and what. Stan Romanek with his story about coming back in his neighbor's clothes. I felt a little iffy about that. And then the other one was Michael Horn. I'll just say it right now. Michael Horn, I had him on talking about Billy Meyer, and when he flashed the picture that he had sent us of the cross up in the sky that Billy Meyer had taken in India with Jesus on it, it just didn't sit right with me. It was just one of those things. I just looked at the picture and I just didn't buy it. So, but that's it. That's it. Okay, let's go to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. It's Twitter night. Who is this on Twitter?
This is Todd Varner from Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Ah, how are you, man?
Doing good, doing good.
And what's your name on Twitter?
It's the same, Todd Varner.
Okay, all right. I didn't know if you went through, because that's what I see here, but sometimes people have different names that they use from their account. How are you, man?
Yeah. I'm doing great, doing great. Hey, I have a question for you.
Sure.
I need your opinion, really. After watching, the pictures and the video and the commentary from Contact in the Desert, and the pictures and video, and all the memories from Soul Tech, I've got to go to these things. I've never been to either one of them, but I can only go to one, and I'm kind of leaning towards the more intimate, kind of smaller Soul Tech gathering. But I know Contact in the Desert's got a whole lot of stuff going on,
right?
And, I'm kind of introverted. And so I do kind of value the smaller kind of crowds. And, but I was just kind of wondering what your, how you feel about, Soul Tech and the group that's there. Is it something that you helped put together yourself?
Yeah. That was Rita and Dana, Modern Masters, and Fade to Black, and the Game Changer Network that was put together. But you're right about the differences between the two conferences. First off, Soul Tech being at ECETI. Sure, it's a smaller conference, and it's a smaller conference because we can only fit so many people at ECETI. It would be huge if we could, if there was a hotel there or there was a way to house more people or feed them. But it's up to us to feed and clothe and house everybody, right? So it's two different things. But what you get at ECETI that you're not going, which ECETI allows us to have all of those other experiences that are going on. One, of course, the sky watching out at the Field of Dreams each night. You have the medicine wheel. You have the property. You have 75 acres there. You have portals and things and magic and all of the stuff that comes with ECETI that is an impossibility with a conference like Contact in the Desert. So, and the other thing is you're going to have 200 people around you that, by and large, you know from Twitter, from Fade to Black, their names and who they are, and you probably even recognize them. So it's it's a friend thing that's going on. It's a group of friends. Contact in the Desert, on the other hand, is huge, right? That's an event where you have 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 people. You have 40, 50, 60 speakers. You have all the restaurants and the hotels and large rooms with just going into one. If you're an introvert and you're going into a room that seats 1,500 people, it's overwhelming. It's a rock concert. So it's two different things. And the part about Contact is, so many of the big names and everybody is there all at one place, and you can walk around and see Wilcock or Tsoukalos or Eric Von Daniken. One of the really cool things about Contact in the Desert last year for me was each night out at the pool, there's Eric Von Daniken and Giorgio sitting there with a group of people, just sitting there holding court and hanging out, and that's going on one side of the pool. On the other side of the pool is Linda Moulton Howe with a group of people sitting there, and there's a group of Fadernauts, sitting there, and that's a pretty amazing thing to go through. So it's the opposite of what Soltech is about. Soltech is about teaching and hanging out and sharing stories and experiences and learning, and then of course Skywatch and the other beautiful thing for me at Soltech was 3 times a day we're eating. We have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And everybody getting together at these tables, and I'm walking around, hanging out with everybody, listening to these conversations that are happening at each one of the dinner tables, and it was just so much fun. So that's something that you're not going to get, at the bigger conferences, because Soltech is about friends and hanging out and learning together.
Awesome, Jimmy. Thank you very much. You've been a huge help on that.
So I'm going to see you at Soltech next year.
That's what I'm planning on. I'll probably fly up, probably mail my camping gear up there, and just, try to just immerse myself for the entire time I'm there.
It's going to blow your mind. The second, and you hear it over and over again from everybody that has made the journey over to ECETI. But it's really true, man. You pull through the gates and you get onto the property, and your adrenaline, because you're there, right? And the expectations are high. But you get out of your car and you put your feet on the ground and you take a breath and you look around and you feel the electricity. It is so cool to go through. So, and I'll be there. I'll be there next year, man, with you.
Awesome.
All right, Todd?
Awesome. Thank you, Jimmy.
Thank you, Todd. Go hang out on Twitter.
Will do, sir.
I'll talk to you about it. That's so cool to hear Todd's voice. And that's the beauty right there of Twitter. So if you're on Twitter, give me a call. And all the phone lines are open. And there you go. Okay. All right. I'm not going to give out the phone numbers. You guys know what they are. Let's see. What is next here? Rich says, tell us a secret. We're all friends. Man, a secret? A secret is a secret, okay? And you know what? There you go. A secret is a secret. You're not supposed to tell secrets. I will always... I mean, and if you tell a secret, even if it's your own secret, then the circle of trust is broken, right? Even with yourself. You can't tell a secret. Nah, can't do it. I can't do it. I just can't do it. What's a secret? A secret is this. On the Jackson guitar, I string it with 9s. On the Strats, like that one, the SRV, 11s. So there you go. Anything with a whammy bar, anything with a Floyd Rose gets 9s, because that's the shredders. And then all of my Strats are with 11s. There's a secret. That's as far as I'm going to go with that. Jimmy, do you think the crystal skulls, and this is from Cassandra, do you think the crystal skulls are real, spiritual, or alien devices, or just a hoax? Well, if you have a real crystal skull, now you're talking about some of the giant skulls too as well. Those are powerful, powerful, powerful objects, very powerful. And Jose, and this is something that, and Jose has changed colors on me too as well. Sometimes he's perfectly clear, and then other nights he's got like a gold thing to him. It's like gold on the inside. I don't know how to explain it. Tan's the wrong word, but it looks metallic. He looks metallic. Jose Okay, so let me explain. I'm going to make this very clear and very blunt. Jose was unnamed, and he's sitting in front of me on a table. We're having a little crystal skull ceremony gathering, and I picked him up and I held him in my hand, and he said, "My name is Jose." As crystal clear as day, right into my head. My name is Jose. And I'm like, what? Did he just talk to me? Right? I'm not saying anything, man. I was just stunned. And there you go. So, yeah, they're real. You know, we've got this guy here, too, as well. Check him out. Is he cool or what? Look at that. And then I got... He's medium size, but then I got my little mini too as well. Check out that little cruiser, unnamed. But this guy has a brain on the inside of him. Look at that; it's just perfect. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see his? Can you see inside there? Look at that; it's a perfect brain on the inside of that guy. It's unreal. He's unnamed. Maybe one night I'll ask him what his name is. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, Jimmy. It's Scooby.
It's who?
Scooby.
Skibby. What's your name on Twitter, Skibby?
Actually, I called because I actually am not on Twitter.
You heard what was going to happen if somebody called in and wasn't on Twitter.
Yep, I'm not on Twitter, but I did see you at Disclosure Fest this year, and I had a really great time, so I wanted to thank you for that.
Okay, all right. I'll give you a pass card, but you got to go get on Twitter. What you should do is go and get on Twitter right now and go, "This is Skibby, and I was just down with Jimmy, and I got a Twitter account. Hello, everybody."
I get you and Jordan and Emery and David and Corey. What do I need a Twitter for?
Twitter's fun. Twitter's fun.
Yeah, I don't have time. I'm school and work and it's okay.
Okay.
I'll listen to you guys.
Okay. So what's on your mind tonight?
Actually, that the guy just mentioned about Calvin. I was just listening to Coast to Coast last night just for a few minutes, and I just heard Calvin's story, and I'd never heard that story before. I thought that was pretty amazing. So I thought that was kind of interesting because I just happened to turn on the radio, a little bit of Coast to Coast for about 15 minutes, and I'd never heard that story.
So was Calvin on Coast to Coast last night?
I thought that was Calvin because older gentleman, Mississippi drawl, very sweet.
Right.
And very kind of wouldn't give a lot of information up front, like he was telling a story slowly. So I thought that was Calvin himself, but it was literally last night on Coast to Coast. I haven't checked the website. I got to check the website to see if that was him, but I thought that was him because he said he hadn't told the story ever.
Yeah, I missed it.
He wrote a book.
Yeah, I missed it. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I missed it last night. I forget what we did. Wait. Yeah, today's Monday. That was Sunday night. Oh, we were watching movies last night. Okay, so yeah, I totally missed it. So he was on with George Knapp, I assume.
Right. It wasn't Nori like I was used to hearing else, and it was George Knapp, and I'm like, who's this guy with this sweet drawl? And kept listening, and it was Calvin. I'm like, I kept listening. It was an interesting story. So
yeah. Somebody just tweeted Calvin was on with Knapp last night. That's from Billy. So yeah, okay. I missed it. I would have listened if I would have known.
He does record it on his website, I believe.
No, I don't want to. I'm actually glad I missed it because when we get Calvin on here, then I won't be tainted.
Yes.
Right. So there you go.
Yeah, I've considered getting Twitter. I don't know if I've got time for Twitter because I don't really have time to look at my phone a lot. But
well, what's great with Twitter? See, we have the Fadernauts have figured out their own way to use Twitter. So it's not what everybody else uses Twitter for. The second thing is we're talking about a large, I don't even know what the number is, but it's a large amount of people. and they're all family. They're all Fadernauts. So if you go and you start hanging out and use, hashtag F2B, you're going to interact with all of friends, night after night. It's a lot of fun, and the conversations that go on there are pretty amazing. So you really should go get a Twitter account, use the hashtag F2B, and then you'll see what's going on.
I'll have to see if my Scooby name is available.
Yeah. Make it available.
All right, cool. Well, thank you guys, and I'm enjoying the show.
Yeah, thank you, Skibby. And first-time caller. I love it. Thank you so much.
Take care.
I gave her a pass card. I had to. She said Disclosure Fest, so that just let me know that it's all good. Okay, let's see. Yeah, Calvin was on last night. I'm looking at that. Let's see. I'm just scrolling through. Going back. Let's see. You should never smoke in your pajamas. Dino is still around. Really? Okay. All right. Everybody wants to talk about Dino. I've got to head towards a commercial break right here. Let's see. Are you ever going to have anyone on to discuss Rakanhari, a new city in the Indus Valley that was larger than older than I don't know. And will you have Graham Hancock on to discuss Ganam Padang? I've had Graham on talking about Ganam Padang many times, but I would like to get Graham back on the show. He's finishing up another book, by the way. He is actually writing right now. But I think Captain got hung up on accidentally once. Really? Oh, I think I do. I do remember that. But yeah, we got to get Graham back on the show. But he's let me know the first chance he's got when he finishes up writing, I will have him on the show. Let's see. I'm literally going to keep asking the same question. If you have listened or watched them. Watched what? And that's from Dexter Dave. I have no idea, Dave. You got to let me know. What is it that you want me to watch? Last I heard, Dino was riding his bike out into the desert at midnight with method on his handlebars. I have no idea what that is. Dino calls into Spaceboy Universe from time to time. Okay, there you go. Wow, everybody wants to talk about Dino. Yeah, he was such a fixture on the show. It's been many years. The Black Angel of Council Bluffs on a foggy night. Okay, photos. See, this is what Twitter is all about. I am just blown away about how many tweets I've got here to deal with. I've got another minute. Is this confirmation there will be a Soltech 2019, Jimmy? Yes, I am confirming with you there will be a Soltech in 2019. That is coming from Stacy. Let's say, hey, Jimmy, where is Wilcock? Do you think you'll have him on the show in the near future? Yes, I'll have David on the show in the near future. Once the smoke clears. Look, I'll tell everybody, man. I've got, maybe this is a secret. I've talked to David quite a bit. Talked to David a few times over the weekend, actually, about some other issues, not about Gaia. But when the smoke clears, when David is ready, then we'll have him on. I can have David on any time, and we can talk about anything. But I know that all of you want to know about Gaia. And I'm not so sure, and this is me speaking, I'm not so sure that having a program focused on Gaia and David is even newsworthy or entertaining, and so many of you want to know that, but or hear that. I'm just not so sure if there's a show there, to sit and talk for 2.5 hours about Gaia. Now, will we have David on? Absolutely. When David is ready, we will have him on. It's really that simple. Okay, and when there is something there, I can have David on at any point to talk about anything. There's always stuff to talk about. But for you guys out there, and if I bring David on and we don't mention Gaia for 2.5 hours, you're going to think that we're avoiding the issue. And there's always that problem too as well. And I don't want it to be that. I don't want it to go that direction. And with that, let's take a break. This is Fade to Black. It's Twitter night. I'm hanging out with you on Twitter. And we'll get to all of your Twitter questions when I come back. It's Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Stay with us.
Way out here, we listen to Jimmy Church.
You're listening to Fade to Black.
Always on the edge of the hottest alternative talk. Jimmy Church with Fade to Black. KGRARadio.com.
¿Qué tal, mis amigos? Yo soy Mario Carson, el tiburón, y los invito para que escuchen a mi buen amigo Jimmy Church Radio. ¡Claro que sí!
Hurricanes, earthquakes, wildfires. This year we've experienced more than our fair share. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black. And last month I decided to make sure my family does not have to worry about food should we get caught in a real emergency situation. Introducing Numana, a healthy, storable product that tastes so good that you'll want to eat it every day instead of just during those times of duress. All Numana products have a 25-year shelf life, are MSG and GMO-free, no preservatives, and are made in America. With the Numana pack in your home, you'll be able to sleep at night knowing that you've protected your family. Not only have I tasted and tested, I own it. Now you can too. Just click on the Numana banner on JimmyChurchRadio.com and use the promo code Jimmy when you order. In addition to a discount, we'll send you an autographed Fade to Black t-shirt. Seriously. Go Beckley Tappy.
Do you worry a lot? Whether you're a college student, busy professional, parent, or grandparent, ongoing stress and elevated levels of the stress hormone cortisol can rob your memory, your health, and your future. Now you can combat the effects of stress and anxiety while improving your memory and recall at the same time with the dietary supplement Calm and Clever. Studies show that the ingredients in Calm and Clever reduce cortisol by as much as 30% in 1 to 2 weeks. Call 1-800-758-8746 or calmandclever.com.
You listen to us, and we listen to you. And so does the CIA. KGRARadio.com.
Hi, folks. What can I say without making claims? CBD is truly the buzzword for health. What does it do? Government institutions will not allow me to say what this wonderful oil does for us. But I can say it's non-GMO and organic. I can say it's 0.003 THC, which in plain English means you won't get high. There are those that want to squash your freedom to buy natural products. Fight back with your purchase power. In the end, it is you that takes care of your health. Go to AncientLifeOil.com. One more time, AncientLifeOil.com.
You are listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Oi, oi, I'm Reese Evans. You're listening to Jimmy Church. This is Revolution. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution is on radio. Ciao.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer Network and KGRA The Planet. Hello to everybody out there. Tonight's our special Twitter night. My guess is Twitter. It's you right up in front of me. All questions answered. I'll comment on your comments, post some pictures, do all of that. If you are on Twitter and you choose to call in, I'll take your call. If you're not on Twitter, man, I want to hang up on somebody. Okay. It's going right back to Twitter. I don't know how far back I am right now. This is from Turbo. Jimmy, you say that if you had proof of ET, you would expose it. But what if it was proof given to you by a dear friend from the UFO community? Would you honor their friendship or enlighten their world? Okay. If I had proof, I would expose it. Okay, something definitive. If something was sent to me, if somebody didn't want their name involved with it, I would honor that. But if I had definitive proof, I would definitely take it. I've done nothing but do just that. Anything that I've seen, anything that I've witnessed, I have gone straight on the air. Like I did this past weekend. I've done it always on Fade to Black, but I did it once again Saturday night on Coast. I had that daytime sighting up at ECETI, and I told the whole story. You know, that was an extraordinary thing. But going back more directly to your comment here, I know what you're referring to, which is there are those out there that claim to have stuff, objects, material. Go public with it. I would. There's no question about it. I would. Don't hold back by not going public with it, by not having a press conference, by not exposing the material and showing it out there, sends the wrong message, in my opinion. Okay? That's it. There's nothing to be secret. If you're Bigelow out there in Robert Bigelow in Las Vegas with a warehouse and you're claiming that you have stuff there that you are studying that is not of this earth, that is proof of ET, then you go public with it. You don't sit on it. And I think that sends the wrong message. And you know what the wrong message is? That it's not ET. That's what it is. But if you have a piece of a craft, a piece of a seat, dashboard, I don't know, glass, I don't know what it could be. But if you have something from a craft that was not manufactured here on Earth and it's real, then you go public with it. You don't sit on it. No, you don't. And I would go completely public with it. That's there is nothing else. That's it. That's my take. I don't find any middle ground there. Okay, here's next from Cosmic Mysteries. I was thinking about Art's message of the Ouija board. His message was the most specific. I wonder if mass consciousness of the audience aided in that. Since the coroner's report was fresh on our minds, we would have been more determined to hear something specific. That, you're talking about Karen Dahlman and her message from Art Bell. And I had asked, Art, does he have a message for his fans? And I had never done a Ouija board session before, certainly not on the air. But anyway, I went back and read that more than once after that night, and I gotta say, there's something about that message from Art that I think it was Art. I really do, and I could hear Art's voice behind it, and that was a magical moment here on Fade to Black. Let's see, this is from Walter. Is that more gray in Jimmy's goatee? Yeah, it's getting grayer. It's getting grayer every day. Yeah, pretty soon it's going to be white. I'll have the dark hair with a gray goatee. No, I'm not ever going to dye it. It was funny. Rita's reaction to Deanna when she said that, just too much. Oh, you know what? I didn't do this during the break, but I have... I'm going to play. Oh, I can't do it. Oh, I've got that locked up. Okay, let me, let's go to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Twitter night. Who's calling?
Hello, Jimmy. Hello?
Who is this?
This is Phil Christo 2 on Twitter.
How you doing, Phil?
I am doing awesome, as usual.
Okay, what's on your mind
And
tonight?
how about yourself, sir? Are you, how's your ear feeling?
Oh, my ear is great. Thank you for asking. Yeah, over the hump on that. I'm listening in stereo. I've got you in stereo right now, Phil.
Okay, I'll kind of tone it down then.
Right on.
Yeah, so my question is, what do you think about the idea that we're actually not in 3D anymore, that we're kind of in a transition state of 4D to 5D? This is kind of my new theory here, is that what's going on. And the reason I feel this is because, well, just a whole lot of phenomena like the fairy orbs and the Bigfoot footprints at ECETI, plus all the sightings. So, I mean, and then there's the Mandela effect, and that kind of shows you that time is kind of getting wonky. So, and anyway, I mean, time is that fourth dimension, right? Kind of.
Well, yes. But I look at that two ways, Phil. Number one, let's go to the direct side of it. I think that more and more are being exposed to things outside of their simple 2D existence. And they are starting to recognize that there's something else out there and there's more to life in this planet and this universe. I do feel that. But there is the flip side to that, which is those of us that are recognizing it and that are part of this community aren't necessarily seeing or feeling what they are expecting. And so there's that. So I'm kind of torn between the two. And what I'm saying, those that recognize and see and know what to look for, and for this shift in from 3D to 4D and 5D and the lifting of vibrations, they aren't necessarily seeing that, and they are expecting the change and they're not seeing it. So there's that. And then there's the other side where there are so many out there talking about the Mandela effect, or so many that are seeing things in the sky, or seeing orbs, or the talk of fairies, which I never spoke of fairies before my trip to ECETI in my life. So there's that part, so I'm kind of torn between the two, and science is really helping us with this, the possibility of parallel worlds and multiverses and the existence of things that are beyond our own dimensions. So there's that part that is exposing a whole large swath of this planet to the idea that there's something more to life than just us. And I find it great and I find it exhilarating, but inside the community, they're waiting for a change. So it's strange. It's strange, but it's a wonderful problem. But I find it, as an observer, kicking back and listening to both sides of the fence talking about this, it's amazing.
Well, I mean, I kind of look at it. There's like conscious shifts and physical shifts. So I would argue that our consciousness has shifted to a 4, or in some cases a 5D outlook, conscious shift in the look of how we want to interact with the world. So, like me, I want to be more loving and peaceful, and I'm trying to put that vibe that higher vibe into the world. So, yeah, there's the conscious thing, and then there's the physical thing. So I think this is why I've heard this terms of densities and dimensions. So densities is like the vertical shaft, and dimensions are the horizontals, like in a grid work.
Right. And I see that.
So we're still maybe stuck in like a 3D, 4D kind of body, that it's sensing other things, it's picking up other things, it's reacting to these energies that's been coming in. This is kind of what my article on the event is here now, is that these energies are coming in, and it's coming through in anxiety and brain fog and all sorts of different kind of physical effects upon humanity. So, I mean, I don't know. This is just kind of where my mind's been going, and I'm just tossing it out there to see what you think.
Right. Yeah. Like I said, I see it. I feel it. I can walk around and talk to so many out there that from all walks of life too, as well, different backgrounds, where they get it. And then when I see, physicists and string theorists and theoretical physicists, and I talk about it all the time, Phil, Silicon Valley, talking about, a simulated existence and parallel worlds and quantum theory and quantum mechanics, where science is talking about this. Our community is talking about this. We're starting to get this confirmation from both sides about this stuff going down. But then there are those out there that have been waiting for the change, and they're not seeing the change, and they've been waiting for this for years and years and years, and they're not seeing it. So,
right, I'm one of those people, Jimmy. I am. And I guess I just got tired of waiting, and I'm just going to see it.
Yeah,
I'm going to go with what I'm seeing and start calling it what I think it is.
Yeah, I agree with you.
As far as I'm concerned, 5D is here. I just haven't broke on through that particular veil, but I'm through that 4D veil.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I understand about time.
Yep. Thank you so much for that, Phil. And it's a great evening tonight on Twitter, and thank you for being here with us, man.
Okay, man. You have a good one.
You too.
Thanks for this.
Yeah, thank you, Phil. Yeah, and I totally agree with what Phil is saying right there. He's one of those that, has been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Let's get back to Twitter. Let's see. This is from Pump. What strings do you need to pull to get DeLong on the program again? So much to talk about TTSA and so little actual commentary. Pump, I'll be straight with you, man. I'm after what happened with Joe Rogan, I'm not so sure if Tom wants to go public anymore. He may in the future, but I think right now after that, and I'm still upset with Joe Rogan about the Rogan's treatment of DeLong. I'm just completely upset about that. And, Rogan kind of blew it for everybody out there. So I think DeLong is just going to continue doing what he's doing. And I mean, I talked to Tom after the Joe Rogan thing, and although I'm not going to discuss, private conversations, I'll just say this: he was not happy. He was not happy. He wasn't happy with himself, and he wasn't happy with Rogan. And also, there were those inside of TTSA that just thought that it was a bad idea. So, and that's the truth. That is the truth. But when Tom is ready, he knows where to find me, and that is for sure. Let's go back to the phones. Area code 603. Who is this on Twitter?
Hello?
Yes. Who are you on Twitter?
I am the cat came back on Twitter.
You are the cat came back on Twitter?
Yep. I'm in New Hampshire.
How are you, Kat?
Cool. I'm pretty good. I don't know if you have time for a short story. Every time I thought about calling in, I wanted to tell you about this story about this creature we had in our house when I was little.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about it.
Oh, cool. Okay. So when I was about 3 or 4 years old, we had this creature that came in that took a piece of metal out of my brother's toothbrush, and we called it the Hootie. Okay?
Okay.
And so it was like it did a good deed at first, and then it became like mischievous and evil, and we banished it. We ended up banishing it out of the house, and what happened is that my brother made a cardboard containment unit,
right,
like they had in Ghostbusters in the cartoon,
right,
and he caught it with that, and he put it in the containment unit, and then it was gone.
Wow. No kidding.
Yeah,
but
so
it started off.
Yeah, no, I'm totally serious. This actually happened.
I believe you. I believe you. It started off fun and games, but it didn't
and
end
then it
well.
got like evil.
And what do you mean by evil? What happened?
Like it just, I don't know, because I was like 4 or 5. I don't even remember. So we had this entity that we detected, right? Like it's not. Like, I know how kids have imaginary friends and stuff, but for us, it was like this thing that was in the house, and we talked about it. And then, like, instead of being friendly, like, we thought it was mean, so we found out a way to get rid of it, and it disappeared after we contained it. And I thought that was really funny.
Now, what happened to the box?
I don't remember, actually. Like, I just remember that there was, like, red construction paper, like, taped to the side of it. It looked like the one in the cartoon.
So somewhere in New Hampshire, there's an entity trapped in a cardboard box, and nobody knows. What if they go and find the box and open it?
I have no idea. I never thought about it.
Yeah, you need
I thought it was really funny.
You need to talk to your brother. Don't mail it to me. I can tell you that right now.
Right.
Don't mail it to me.
That's like what year is it? It's probably like almost 30 years ago, so I have no idea what happened to it. But I think it's funny that, like, as a game, like, 2 children banished an entity from a house.
I think it's awesome. Now, are your parents around?
Oh yeah.
Well,
yeah. I don't know if they remember it. My mom might, because she was around when we did that.
Your mom's probably got the box in her closet. You should ask her. You should ask her. I think that's a great story.
I don't think she has it.
To ask your brother.
It was funny, though, because the house wasn't haunted.
Right.
You know how, like, because we have an old house because we live in New Hampshire, and it was built in the 1800s. But
right.
It was never haunted, and that was the only time there was ever, like, a presence.
You need to go. You need to find out, Kat. Go talk to your brother, and if that box is still around, take a picture of it. Post it on Twitter. I would love that. Yeah. We need closure here. I want to know what happened to the box.
I'm like 100% certain it doesn't exist. And I kind of wonder what happened to this creature that we called the Hootie, because I still think about it sometimes. I'm like, where did it go? Like, where did it come from? And where did we send it?
Oh, that is great. Well, now you're on a mission. Okay, find out for me.
Yeah, I thought you would like that story.
Thank you so much, Kat. Behave and be well. Now,
that was fun. I've never called in before.
I know, it's great. I love first-time callers. Now, go hang out on Twitter.
Cool. All right.
I'm going to see you tweet.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Thank you, Kat. Behave and be well.
Okay, bye.
That's a great phone call right there. Not only first-time caller, great story. Let's go back to the phones. What's up, Scott?
This is the Hootie.
Oh, stop.
How are you, Jimmy?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
I'm doing good. So I've got a couple questions here. This is from my dad, who's listening to you right now. He says the Mars Observer was announced in the late 1980s and was a follow-up to the Viking. He says in the news now that he's found out there's water on Mars.
Right.
So here's his two-part question.
Okay.
Was there once an advanced civilization on Mars, and
Yes.
did it leave evidence of its existence behind for humans to find eons later?
Yes and
Number
yes.
two,
Yes and yes. Okay.
And furthermore, did the survivors of this catastrophe leave monuments and temples behind arranged in a mathematical precision designed to teach us the secret of a new physics that could lift us back to the stars?
Well, I don't know. I don't know the third. I don't know the answer to that one. But that would be cool if they did. And was it left here on Earth? This is what I kind of postulate. Life on Mars. Mars got screwed up. They came to Earth. Earth. What's our escape plan right now? Our escape plan is we go to Mars once we screw this planet up. So wouldn't it be funny if we just did it back and forth? We pack our bags here, we go back to Mars, right? Get Mars all straightened up, and then we screw that planet up again, and then we come back to Earth once Earth is straightened back out.
Yeah.
Right?
But where are the missing people that are flying back and forth?
Yeah. With amnesia. So that's I'm serious. That it's not. It's really not that hard to imagine or put together or theorize about, is it? It kind of makes sense.
I'm not certain. I know that Hoagland was after it because of the Cydonia issue, and they were blocking that out. Every time something flew over that, they would have all kind of problems trying to take those pictures of that area.
Right. You know what I'm thankful for Hoagie about is that he brought this question forward in a huge mass sense, right? He got it all out there. Yeah. I'm not so sure if he I just feel bad for Richard. He was on top of things for so long, and now he's just kind of disappeared. And I'm just wondering what the story is behind that. But I'm just thankful that he brought. I'm not so sure if Cydonia was a real face, right? I don't know. I'm not so sure if the mathematics and the 19.5 and those were pyramids and all of that. I'm not so sure about that. But what he did bring forward is for us to question about what was going on Mars. And I'll forever be thankful to him for that.
Yeah, and the fact that they found actual water on Mars, that's incredible.
Yep. That lake, I mean, that's a really big deal. If we think about this for a second, I've got to head towards a commercial, Scott, but think about this.
Sure.
We go, ISS, we go into space, we go to the moon, whatever we're out there doing, we got to take everything with us. Water, food, right? Fuel, everything's got to go with us. And we cannot survive without water. And replenishing or filtering waste and no, you want fresh, you want real water. And one of the things that would make living on Mars a breeze is water. And if we have a fresh water supply there, that really takes the burden off for so many different reasons. And that's a really, really, really big deal. Is it proof of life on Mars, previous, civilization? No, it's not proof of anything. What it is proof of is we got stuff to drink. That's what it's proof of.
Yeah.
That takes a load off, right? We don't have to take our water with us to Mars. So there you go. That's why I'm excited about it. Is it proof of anything? Are they going to find some? Well, you know what? I don't know if we'll ever know until you and I can go to Mars ourselves. But one thing is for sure. If we go to Mars and build some yurts, we got water to drink.
That is true. Jimmy, thank you for taking my call, my friend. And like always, you are the best, my brother.
Thank you so much, Scott. Now go sing a song.
I will, man. Take care.
I'll talk to you. That's it. That's Scott T. Richards. The Fade to Black guitar strap right there. It's my Christmas present from Scott T. Richards. It's Fade to Black. It's Twitter night. More of your tweets are next. I'll be right back.
Hi, everybody. This is Rob Halford, the Metal Guard on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
This is KGRA Digital Broadcasting Station. Salt Lake City, Utah. Van Buren, Arkansas.
Okay, nurse, let's get this man to the ER stat.
Right away, doctor.
We see this every day. Heart attack or angina pain due to blocked and clogged arteries. Chelation can remove obstructions or blockages from arteries and help avoid painful and expensive surgery. Now there's Angioprim. It's a liquid oral chelation product that you take with juice. You start to feel the results fast. Angioprim increases blood flow all over the body, and that means more energy and strength to take on the day with less aches and pains. 60 years of research has gone into chelation, and Angioprim is the result. A safe and easy way to unblock your veins and arteries from buildup that slow circulation.
Paging Dr. Jones. Please report to the emergency room right away.
Log on now for a special radio offer from Angioprim. That's angioprim.com/radio. ANGIOPRIM. Angioprim.com/radio or call 877-882-7221. That's 877-882-7221.
So, you love talk radio? Then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com. TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7 with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on any smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free apps from Google Play or the iTunes App Store.
Your contact for current news and trending topics. KGRARadio.com.
What can I say about the most popular tea on the internet? And what do customers say about Life Change Tea at GetTheTea.com? A lot. But by federal law, we at GetTheTea.com cannot make claims to how this product can enhance your health. We cannot even post our testimonies without being in compliance. So how do we get past the hump? Try our products at GetTheTea.com and see for yourself. You can send us a testimony, but we just can't post it. Bummer. Our products are GMO-free and organic. We pride ourselves in being the best we can be, and we urge you to take charge of your health. We're 11 years strong, and many of our customers have shared their successes with friends and family. Protect your colon. Log on to GetTheTea.com. That's GetTheTea.com. GetTheTea.com. GetTheTea.com.
Did you know that when you're on the road with limited data or Wi-Fi available, you can still listen to every minute of Fade to Black by just calling 605-562-4482. No smartphone, app, or internet needed. It saves your data plan and no extra cost if you have unlimited minutes. Just call 605-562-4482. You can listen to me, Jimmy Church, on any phone, anytime, anywhere. Go Beckley Tappy.
You want to know a secret? I love ponies. I really love ponies. I'm serious. I couldn't stay sane without ponies to brush.
Why Fade to Black? Because you never got that pony, damn
it. This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Our guest tonight is Twitter. That's right, all Twitter, all night long. Answering your questions, commenting on your comments. So I'm sitting here, and I'm going through Twitter, and two spots in the chain here, and there's so much to answer. And it said, view 90 more tweets. And I clicked, and I clicked again, and I got another 90. So I'm literally looking at right now 500 tweets in front of me, and we have an hour left on the show, and I'm scrolling through. Okay, so Reverend Jimmy Pearson wanted to know who would I want to interview that was dead. and I think that was it. And I was scrolling. Now it's 500 tweets ago, and I can't get back to it. But I that was the first part. Lloyd Pye, no question about it. He passed away before I had a chance to interview him. And Lloyd Pye, top of the list. J. Allen Hynek. I would have loved to have interviewed him. Living, there's no question about it. Jacques Vallée, and we will have him on the show. I spoke to him. He was like, "Yeah, man, I'll come on the show anytime." And like I said earlier in the broadcast, things just get lost in the smoke, And now I'm sitting here thinking about Jacques. I've got to get Jacques on the show, so we'll get Jacques Vallée on the show. Somebody that I've always wanted to interview, but Lloyd Pye, man. Lloyd Pye and without question, J. Allen Hynek. Those are the two. So tell us a scary story. This is a shot in the dark. Tell us a scary story. Show more. I'm going to do this. Man, oof. God, I've got hundreds of tweets. Let's see. I marked a couple. Now I'm getting lost in the tweets. Okay. Tell us a scary story. I don't know if I have a scary story. And there was something else here. Oh, Stevie Ray Vaughan. Is Stevie Ray Vaughan my favorite dead guitarist? Well, you know what? And I think yesterday or today is the 28th anniversary of Stevie Ray's death. Yeah, he's up there. Of course, Randy Rhoads has got to be right there. And, of course, Dimebag Darrell, too, as well. Hendrix goes without saying. But Stevie Ray, unbelievable. And if you go back and you think about, and Randy Rhoads, too, as well, they both had such a huge influence on music and guitar players. But their actual career was short. Very, very, very short. Their time to be out there. Stevie Ray, you're talking about 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, and then that was it. It's a crazy thing to think about. And also Randy Rhoads, such a short career. There's very little out there that is available, at least with, I'm talking about the albums with Ozzy, of course, but there's very little video of Randy. There isn't, some amazing multi-camera professional shot concert. No, it doesn't exist. Dimebag, lots of video, lots of stuff, and he was out there and able to play for quite a long time. But again, one of my favorites that passed away. Yeah, great question. Let's go to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who are you on Twitter?
This is Dexter Dave, Jimmy.
Hey, Dexter, how are you, man?
Yeah, good, man. Awesome show.
Yeah, so much fun.
Yeah. I heard you missed my question. I thought I'd just quickly ring in and just ask you personally.
Sure.
All right. So the question was, have you watched Mika and Reverend Pearson's Fascination Street or the Multiverse or the Multiverse Maidens on their YouTube channel?
Yes, I have. I've done both, and I love it. I love it. Mika,
are they both great?
Yeah, Mika is amazing, and just his knowledge. I sit there and I'm listening to it. It's a lot of fun to listen to. Very bright kid with a huge future in front of him. If he chooses, if he wants to stay on this path, he's going to be a rock star. The Multiverse Maidens, that is some funny stuff. Now, man, you know what? I almost said it the wrong way. so their quest for knowledge and how they look at life and different researchers and the real-time commentary on our community, they're right there. Okay, the knowledge base is so solid. But man, I got to tell you, it's funny. It's so funny to listen to them. I just really, really enjoy it. It's one of the both podcasts, Fascination Street and the Multiverse Maidens, are two great podcasts for anybody to go and listen to. But the Multiverse Maidens, man, they just make me laugh. That's funny stuff.
Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah, I got to watch my first live one on Sunday. It was for me, and it was just I really enjoyed it. I mean, the missus, we really enjoyed it, Lizzie and me. And I've listened to all of Jimmy's podcasts and Mika's podcasts, and I watched their live first Facebook one that dropped last week, and I've been sharing that all over Facebook. And yeah, it's just I dig it. I dig this community. I dig these people, and I've got to go back and watch all the Multiverse Maidens episodes that I can, especially the Holly Marie one the other week. I mean.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, I love it, man.
I listened to that actually live with Rita. Yep. Yeah, you're
right.
Yeah, you're right. That was spot on the money. I wanted to ask you really quick before I let you go, Dexter. Is I had Peter Maxwell Slattery on Coast to Coast this past Saturday, and there was a question that popped up on Twitter, and I didn't get to it until it was too late, and I couldn't ask Peter. But the question was on Twitter. Where's the UFO hotspots in Australia, like ECETI is here in the United States? That is, that's a guaranteed place to go and have fun. Where's the hotspots in Australia to go and have night watches?
Well, that's a good question. I don't think I could answer that, Jimmy. You probably have to speak to Peter about that. Definitely he'd know. People like maybe Mark in Sydney, Mark Toronto, they probably know better than me. But I'm learning, Jimmy. I've got a lot of different Facebook groups that I'm a part of that are CE5 groups and stuff like that, and I'm seeing some amazing pictures coming up. People having experiences every day, and so it's happening everywhere at the moment, as far as I know. But yeah, I don't know the hotspots.
Yeah. Get night vision and go out there and just all you have to do is look up. Yeah, well, not you. I mean anybody. I got so much email this week from different Fadernauts out there that have gone to Bearing Optics and got their Gen 3 Plus night vision, and their comments to me. It's just like, man, I had no idea this was going on. And that's really all you have to do. You don't necessarily need night vision, but...
No. But those ECETI videos with all that night vision, that's amazing. I mean, that's absolutely amazing what you guys got to experience a couple of weeks ago.
It was off the hook. It was... You know what, though, Dexter, before I let you go, this is what was amazing for me about what went down at ECETI. I'm looking at what I'm looking at, and I'm making my comments, and I'm shining the laser on it, and I wasn't getting anybody reacting, and I would turn around and look around, and everybody was looking in other directions at other stuff. It was going on.
Yeah, too much going on.
All at the same time, and how crazy is that? And
yeah, it's mental.
Yeah, I was like, I'm just enjoying my own show over here off to the east, and then everybody else is looking north and south and west and looking at Mount Adams, and it was like that all night long. Those videos, and I watched all of them. And they're posted up on the ECETI YouTube channel, but they're also up on Coast to Coast. You can go check them out there. But
awesome.
Those videos really, really spell it out. That's exactly what was going on there. It was in all directions, multiple sightings all at the same time. It was wild.
I will. In January, I've got the Consciousness Conference that I'm attending at Uluru in the middle of Australia, right near Alice Springs, right near where Pine Gap is. So we're going to be doing that for 3 days out there. and we're hoping to see some stuff out there. Apparently, there's stuff going on out there when they have these conferences. So I'm hoping that's going to be the place for me. So yeah.
Yeah, keep us posted. Yeah, keep us posted and see if you can shoot some video, Dexter.
Oh, for sure. Well, thank you, Jimmy.
Thank you so much, my friend. Be safe and be well out there.
Go Beckley Tappy, mate.
Go Beckley Tappy. That's what I'm talking about. Australia, Dexter Dave coming in. Yeah, Multiverse Maidens, man, and Fascination Street. For all of you out there, if you haven't checked it out, those are two amazing podcasts to go and check out. And let's get back to Twitter. This is our Twitter night here. You guys have no idea how backed up I am. But let me get straight to this. Jimmy, what was your favorite show you played when you played in the hair band? Oh, man. That's going back a long ways. All of the shows that we did at Gazzari's, I remember we played there like 6 or 8 times one summer. That would have probably been 1985. That was great. You know what? When we played the Troubadour, that was really cool as well. The whiskey, all great. Wait a minute. We played out at in Bakersfield at the racetrack out there in the infield. Oh, man, some hot rod show. But that was pretty epic. That was a lot of fun. So many. The Pomona Valley Auditorium, that was a great night, too, as well. I don't know. Too many. Let me stay on this. If you're on hold, stay right there. I will get to you. Let's see. Jimmy, will you have a small secret about Rita? Man, I've got to eat dinner tonight after the show. I can't do that. I'll say this, okay? I'll give everybody a secret about Rita. We have 4 dogs, 4 small dogs. We have Portia and Malcolm, 2 miniature schnauzers that are both 10 years old, been with us a long time. We have Luna, another rescue. All 3 are rescues. And we have Luna. I don't know what she is, but she is cute, whatever she is. She's like a Chihuahua mix, long hair, funny dog, too. She's so cool. And then we have Teddy. And let me tell you, if I'm going to throw Rita under the bus with a secret, she loves Teddy so much that Teddy gets his own food. Yeah. The other dogs are sitting there watching Teddy get the good stuff. And I'm just like, and I can't do anything about it. And I love it. I won't change it for anything in the world. But her love for Teddy is reigns supreme, and the other dogs are just sitting there going, "What's going on, man? I don't get it." The other dogs are not allowed on the bed. Teddy can do whatever he wants. So there you go. There you go. Okay, Jimmy, does playing 432 hertz instead of 440 really grow hair? That's funny. That is funny. Somebody asked me earlier, I wanted to get back to this. Somebody asked me about John Teeter and if I thought John Teeter was real. I do. And the reason why I think the time traveler John Teeter is real is that it has never been debunked. Nobody's busted anybody. Nothing has come forward with the John Teeter story to blow it wide open. And I'm talking about a friend, an ex-boyfriend or an ex-girlfriend or an ex-wife or an ex-husband, somebody to just pull forward and go, here's all the John Teeter evidence. This is how it happened. Here's how we did the artwork. Here's how we shot the video. Here is the picture of inside the car, and this is what happened. Here's the time machine, and this is how we did the graphics on it, and here's how we did the labels. And nobody's been busted. Nobody. Nobody's been busted. There's been a lot of attempts at debunking that. All of it absolutely went nowhere. So as solid as the evidence may seem, no. That's what's trippy for me about John Teeter. Nobody's been busted. So I'm there. I still think the John Teeter story is real. And the reason why he hasn't been busted is simple, because it's a real case, number one. Number two, why hasn't he come back? He can't. So that's it. Let's see. This is from Michael. How about a poll on free will? Does it exist or is it an illusion? And most important, why? Go Beckley Tepe. That's from Mike Perrone. The free will is an interesting situation. Now, if we just go with science and we talk about math and we go back to the Big Bang and how everything was created, it's purely math. It's just math. It's just the way that it is. All the way to the creation of gold and carbon and diamonds and planets and stars and all of the galaxies and the universe, that it would have and did play out the way that it did because of math. So if that is the case, then part of that math is us, one. And two, we think we are making our own decisions, and free will is a creation of that math. And so we think we're making a decision, but we would have made that decision anyway because of free will. And let's say that there are, because of the math, because you have 3 or 4 decisions in front of you. I'm going to have a turkey sandwich. I'm going to have a salad. I'm going to have a cheeseburger. I'm going to just have water and soda crackers. I've got 4 decisions in front of me I am going to make, and I am going to have the water and the soda crackers. I've just made a decision based on free will. Or did I? Right? It's interesting. I don't know. I would like to think that free will is an absolute and that our future is depending on us, and the decisions that we make, or are all of those decisions something that would happen anyway? Yeah, it's complex. It's a crazy zone to go into and to contemplate this. We live in the United States, man. It's a free country. It's a free country. We make our own decisions here. Or was it the universe creating that anyway? Yeah. Is it simple math? Let's go to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who is this on Twitter?
This is Bunk Steve.
I just wanted to hear you say it. How are you, man?
How are you this evening, Mr. Jimmy Church?
Everybody, it's Bunk Steve. How are you, man?
Lovely, Jimmy, just lovely.
Fun night tonight, right?
Wonderful.
So what's on your mind?
Well, what's on my mind is, Jimmy, when you're out there at the Sea City Ranch,
yes,
and you all are seeing all of this activity, I mean, a phenomenal amount of activity, does it dawn on you at some point, what is all that activity for? What is the purpose of that? What are they doing, Jim?
I got where you're going. All right. So let me flip this over on you, and I want you to think about something. Okay? How many things have we sent to Mars? Not only the United States, but everybody, right? No humans, on board. Well, that we know of. But how many things have we sent to Mars? And if you were...
There's probably been 25 or 30 different...
Right, and that's just...
something like that.
And that's just us. That's planet Earth shooting stuff over there, right? Now, if you are a Martian and you're kicking back, right? It's like every year something new is landing. Something new is exploding and not landing, right? Whatever.
Right.
But coming in and you're wondering, what are they doing? Why are they doing that? You know, what's going on? Now think about Earth and how many civilizations out there are sending stuff here to just check out this planet one way or another and monitor and just observe, just like we're doing with Mars. Now, could that be what's going on? Could it just be probes and scout, things and different ways to monitor what we are doing here? And then I want you to think about this. Our galaxy, the Milky Way, right? One of trillions of galaxies in our just a crazy amount of we don't even know. We don't have the number. The number's not even the number correct. Is extraordinary. Okay? Now, so let's think about this for a second. Our Milky Way, our sun is 4.5 billion years old. Our sun. The universe is 13.8 billion years old. Do you know how old the oldest stars are in our galaxy in the Milky Way? Our sun is 4.5 billion years old. Does that mean that the Milky Way is 4.5 billion years old? No. Do you know the age of the oldest stars in our Milky Way? Well,
billions. I mean, they could be 10 billion years old.
That's right. 13 billion years old. So, how old and how much is out there? I'm talking about civilizations.
Infinite. It's the same amount of number as the galaxy.
It's crazy. It's a crazy large number. So,
correct.
Who knows that we are here? I mean, that the numbers of advanced civilizations in our Milky Way, it's an extraordinary large, huge number. And they're out there looking for us, just like we're trying to find life on Mars, right? And we're sending probes out there. But if you think about the advanced civilizations that have the ability to go to a moon, go to a planet, go and 3D print more scout ships, more satellites, more probes, and they just go across the universe building as they go. Not necessarily sending from their specific star system, right, or their planet,
right,
but they have the ability to just go and figure out the Milky Way and go and just check out stuff. Well, it's been going on for millions, if not billions of years. And the amount of civilizations out there that know about planet Earth, man, there's no question. So you go up to ECETI and you see 50, 60, 70 sightings in a night. Well, of course you would. Of course. You have to expect that. So that's what it's not necessarily somebody sitting on it and piloting it, and there could be that too as well. But it could be an extraordinary amount of a number of things that are just here checking out this planet. Absolutely. Without question, Steve.
It's phenomenal.
Yes, it is.
It's just phenomenal amount of civilizations that are out there. And then there's phenomenal amount of civilizations that's visited us.
Extraordinary large.
It's extraordinary large.
Extraordinarily large. And most people out there, and I mean, when I say most, it's 99 out of 100 walking out there that have no idea that we have 13 billion year old stars in our galaxy. That's how old. I mean, it's a crazy large number of what advanced life is here in our galaxy, and that's it. That's it. You know, we're only our sun is 4.5 billion years old. I am telling you, there are stars in our galaxy that are 8 billion years older. Just think about that. Not another galaxy, not Andromeda, not another galaxy that's our galaxy right here, of which we have 500 billion stars. Oh, man, that's every billion is 1,000 million. And we're talking about
right,
500 billion.
Million.
Just, man, it just blows the mind.
And for people not to grasp, I mean, the numbers don't lie, Jimmy.
No, they don't.
It's all in the numbers. You don't have to have proof. The numbers is the proof.
That's right. That's right.
The time and the numbers is the proof.
Steve,
if we exist, then the numbers are in. It far outweighs the possibility that there's not.
Yeah, I know.
Just because we exist is proof enough that the numbers don't lie for proof of existence elsewhere in the galaxies and in the universe.
You can't. There are not enough zeros to put on that number.
Yeah. And look at, I think about this a lot too, Jimmy. How many of those different species that come here, they may not be interested in us humans walking around.
Not all of them. No, not all of them.
They could be here to study, a whale or, plant life in the Amazon or, they may need something else that this planet has to help them that has nothing to do with humans.
No, nothing at all. Nothing at all, Steve.
Nothing at all.
Steve, see, check this out. Let's take this a step further here. Imagine for a second civilizations out there scouting this galaxy for interesting planets that could support life, right? They probably, and let's say that they've been doing it for 1 million years. 1 million years. They have a list of planets that with life on it that are, the list is millions long. Millions long. Earth is just right in the middle of that list, and it's just a check mark. Yes, life on that planet. Right? And they're out there just finding, habitable planets and what the status is. And maybe there's a little report and some notes on what's on Earth, right? Trees, water.
I'm sure there's something special about every planet that is.
That's what I'm saying.
Has life.
That's right. Right? And think about it like that. Earth isn't the only one. It's one of millions just in this galaxy. Just in this galaxy. And we're not even so sure if we're the only one in our solar system. There could be life on Venus. There could be life on Mercury. There could be life on Mars.
I'm sure that there's life in this solar system, Jimmy, that we've not been.
That's right.
Aware of. We haven't been, told about or whatever. But without a doubt, there has definitely been life in the past on Mars. I believe firmly that Mars was very habitable at one time.
Sure. Yeah, Mars was Earth at one time.
It was Mars was probably the first planet that had and probably had intelligent life in the solar system.
No question about it.
And Mars probably still has life on it.
There you go. Hey, Steve.
Yes, sir.
Steve. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Jimmy, brother, always.
Hey, man. Special night here, and it's only complete when you do your drive-by. Thank you so much, Steve. Give my best to the family.
Thank you, Jimmy. Have a good evening, brother.
You too. Bunk Steve Bunker coming in. I've got to, and Steve is so cool that we just blew past a commercial break because it's Bunk Steve. Yeah, man. You think about the numbers. You think about the numbers right there. And I could go on and on and on and on and on about the numbers and the implications of it, the ages of things, the amounts of things. But there's nobody out there, no skeptic that will say that we're alone in the universe. Not today. Not one. There isn't anybody that'll say it. It's Fade to Black. It's Twitter night. One segment left. I'll be right back.
Hey, what up, y'all? Sugar Vivica Fox here, and you are listening to my boy, Jimmy Church, on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Despite popular opinion, reading a book will not make you smarter.
But listening to Jimmy Church will.
Hurricanes, earthquakes, wildfires. This year we've experienced more than our fair share. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and last month I decided to make sure my family does not have to worry about food should we get caught in a real emergency situation. Introducing Numana, a healthy, storable product that tastes so good that you'll want to eat it every day instead of just during those times of duress. All Numana products have a 25-year shelf life, are MSG and GMO-free, no preservatives, and are made in America. With the Numana pack in your home, you'll be able to sleep at night knowing that you've protected your family. Not only have I tasted and tested, I own it. Now you can too. Just click on the Numana banner on JimmyChurchRadio.com and use the promo code Jimmy when you order. In addition to a discount, we'll send you an autographed Fade to Black t-shirt. Seriously, go Beckley Tepe. When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roasted to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Yes, River Moon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the Bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Just click on the banner at JimmyChurchRadio.com and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today. Go Beckley Tepe.
Hey, can we talk about something serious for a minute? Your age. Getting old has its perks. But remember, being a few years younger, you know, your hair was thicker, you didn't have so many wrinkles, that extra weight wasn't haunting you, and you just felt better. Well, we can't turn back the clocks and go back 10 or 15 years, but you can start feeling and looking 10 or 15 years younger with Nature's Youth RSF. It's a doctor-formulated daily supplement that helps your body maintain its peak performance and fight the aging process. Imagine sleeping better, looking better, and feeling better. See how Nature's Youth RSF has helped thousands of people just like you at nature'syouth.com. nature'syouth.com. The holidays are coming. Imagine how it will feel when your family and friends are asking you what you did to look so good. Your secret will be Nature's Youth RSF. It's time to start looking better and feeling better. Learn more and order your Nature's Youth RSF at nature'syouth.com. That's nature'syouth.com.
Erica, Brittany, Gabby, and you're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com.
It's not a lifestyle we chose. We were born this way. KGRARadio.com.
This is KJCR at JimmyChurchRadio.com.
All right, welcome back. Fade to Black. It's our Twitter night. All Twitter, all night long. All right. I'm your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer Network and KGRA The Planet. I'm going to blast through as many of these as we can before the end of the show. This is from Mark. He says, have you seen the alien autopsy documentary on Netflix? I don't know if there was a new documentary. Oh, that. Yes, I did see that. Which just pretty much confirms everything that I thought. I knew it the first time I saw the film that it was a hoax. But it's interesting how they said that there was a frame or two of the original film that was in the alien autopsy. All right, so whatever. But, yeah, I did see that. Okay, next. Rajan says, Jimmy, we should have a fader party, something informal, and just hang out with a guest of the show and all of the faders with food, trucks, and drinks, then go on for 3 days. I think that is a great idea. I think that's a great idea. I really do. I really do. Rita, we need to book some food trucks. And where would we? Well, the food trucks are all in L.A., are the best ones. I can't speak for the rest of the country. Maybe New York might have a few. But we would have to do it here in L.A. We should go and do that, have the food trucks show up. We could do it at a park. Yeah. That's actually a great idea. Yeah, I could invite some people. That's a great idea. Would you fly out for it? That's a great idea. Food truck party. Rita, Rajan is on to something here. Okay, this is from Rob. Rob says, your episode with Richard Doty when he crashed your show seemed more distraction from the best John Rappaport message on consciousness and awakening. Do you think it's possible that's why he called? No, I just think he was listening to Fade to Black. He was told about Fade to Black. He listened to it and decided to call in. That's it. That was not pre-planned. That I had no idea. I had been sitting on Richard Doty's phone number and contact information for a long time, and I just didn't want to have him as a guest on the show. So it was best that it was done the way that it was, that he called in, because there was nothing there. Okay, Jimmy, can you share some old 80s pictures of you? I do it all the time. Ah, man. Maybe I'll do something during the break. I have tons of them, of course. But there are plenty up there. You can go and find them. But there you go. Let's see. 6x6 animal style, if you can hang. Sorry, I heard food. He's talking about, for those of you that don't know, a 6x6 animal style is In-N-Out burger. You can go to In-N-Out, and a 6x6 is 6 hamburger patties with 6 slices of cheese. And then animal style is with their secret sauce and grilled onions, pickles. What else is in animal style? I can't remember. But you can get, so when you pull up to In-N-Out, you get a 2x2, 3x3, 4x4. I might have done a 4x4 a couple of times in my life. I've done it. I order 3x3s all the time. A 2x2 is just too small. Yeah, with animal style fries, and you can get your French fries animal style there too as well. Let's see. I'm just going back. Man, 40 more. Are you kidding me? Oh, geez. Has anybody ever, this is from Sandra, has anybody reported E.T. having a sense of humor? I ask that question all the time, Sandra, and I've had some suggest it that yes, they do have humor, but I ask that question all the time, and I'm totally interested in that, and I try to squeeze it in when I can, just to let you know. It is something that I'm very, very interested in. Has David Talbot ever been on the show? I've had his partner on. Yes. So the answer is yes. I haven't had Talbot on specifically. I saw the Rogan video. It takes two to tango. Yep, you're absolutely right. Let's see. TTSA is a storm in a teacup. I agree with that too. Those are both from Mark. TTSA, again, my fingers are crossed when it comes to TTSA. We need them to bring it forward. That's all. They've got big expectations that are riding on their shoulders from this community and the rest of the world, and we are going to wait and see. And if members of their organization are sitting on, I'm speaking about Hal Puthoff, who I respect, but we need to, if they are sitting on stuff, they need to just go forward with it in public. It's that simple. If you have objects, if you have material, if you have debris, then have a press conference. Let's see, Jimmy, what's your top 5 guitar players of all time? Oh, simple. Tony Iommi, Jimmy Page, Randy Rhoads, Stevie Ray Vaughan, and Steve Vai. I got to have a top 6 because Yngwie Malmsteen is in there too as well, of course. And then it just makes me want Jeff Beck. So it's got to go to 10, right? You got to have Jeff Beck on that list. There's no way Jeff Beck could be out of a top 5, but how do you bounce somebody? You just don't do it. And I could give, man, how about Bumblefoot? Man, he's really blowing my mind lately. Frank Zappa is going to be on that list. So many more, by the way. Have you honored your pinky swear yet? I don't know what that is. Okay. Let's see. T2 Triscale. Jimmy, do you think Billy Cox would come on the show and talk about his experiences playing with Hendrix and Stevie Ray Vaughan? Yeah. Man, Billy Cox, the bass player, of course. Billy is somebody, very solid bass player, and his history, right? And it's weird how people don't speak about Billy Cox like they should. And so there you go. Free will exists. This is from Ryan. Free will exists, but to find the optimal path for oneself and keep in time, you have to know how to time the warp. And in my case, it helps you that if you dream the future, then you also dream of the outcome of every decision along the way. Yeah, I agree with that. Do you find the Oak Island TV series is frustrating? They're no closer when they started. Oak Island is exactly that. No question about it. Let's see. I'm trying to get, there's so many. Just like that, Jimmy, you guys got them. If you had, this is from Jason, if you had the chance to transition Fade to Black to a TV show, would you do it? And what type of format would it be? We did that with Breaking Mysterious. But I think that there could be a version of this show that was actually Fade to Black on the radio. Kind of like, it's been done so many times in the past. It's done with sports radio. Of course, Howard Stern did it too as well. And I think that the format would work. I do. Have a guest on the show, take phone calls, and, shooting with multiple cameras, and, maybe having the guests fly in and pick them up at the airport, cameras there, and have them delivered to the show and then brought in, and the show prep and conversations, and then, of course, the show itself. And when you speak about that kind of format, could you get all of that done in an hour? That would be tough. Could you do it in 2 hours? That would be tough. Could you do it like Dan Patrick and run 3 hours live? It's all possible. But, I think that there is a way to do Fade to Black on television. I do. Oh, here's a bunch of shots of me. I'll go ahead and Jimmy back in the day. All right, let's go ahead and get this posted up here. This is called live radio. Boom. Okay, there you go. There's some pictures of me back in the 80s. Man, look at all of these tweets. Okay. I'm going to go random here. And where has Blue Avions been in the last year or so? Still out there. You're talking about on Twitter. It exists in many areas, but also that whole organization has gotten so big that they are out there where all aspects of social media. And let's see. Man, so much. Every time I hear River Moon Coffee, I'm Fade to Black, I'm tempted to make myself a cup of coffee. That is called effective advertising. I know. I don't have to do anything. I don't. Anybody that tastes River Moon Coffee once gets it. And so they hear the commercial and they know how good it is. And they have to go in and make themselves some coffee. Oh, man. So many tweets here. And I'm running out of time. E.T. humor is out of the world. Where is that pizza place in Burbank that you said was like New York pizza? That is, talked about it, him earlier, Dino's. Dino's Pizza. That's right, Dino's Pizza on the corner of Hollywood Way and Burbank Boulevard. Yeah, it's on the corner of Hollywood Way and Burbank. Without a doubt, one of the best pizza places in Los Angeles, and there's a lot of good places. There's very few great places, but Dino's makes everything. Everything is organic. They're growing their own vegetables. They make their own sauces. Absolutely extraordinary pizza. And it is on the corner of Hollywood Way and Burbank, Dino's Pizza. Let's see. Jimmy, not sure if I've ever asked you, what do you think of John Petrucci? One of the best. Very informative guy, too, as well. When you hear him talk about technique and his appreciation of history is spot on the money. And I love it when he talks about Yngwie Malmsteen. But, yeah, one of the best. Let's see. Jimmy, tell us what a day in your shoes is like. This is from Turo. What's a typical day for you? It's simple. Typical day. Get up, make coffee, sit on our patio, discuss what we need to get done for the day. I like to get out in the sunlight for a few minutes, but then immediately it's about setting up the show for the day. So I have to go and do all of that research. I like to jump on the social media, Twitter and OnStellar, and get that stuff out of the way. Then it is spent answering a ton of email and getting all of that out of the way. I have to do research for the show that night, so I'm reading and watching video and getting ready for the show. Nothing just happens on a whim. So that is a large portion of the day. Of course, hanging out with the dogs and feeding the dogs, and I've got to do housework, right? I've got to go out and do things. Today I went to the ear doctor, had to go and get my final checkup on the ear. So I did that in the middle of the day. And while that is going on, going to the doctor and back, I'm on the phone. And so I'm coming back from the ear doctor. I'll tell you about a typical day today. Driving down the road, heading back to Burbank, and I drive past a Trader Joe's. And I jumped on the phone. I pulled into Trader Joe's. And I called Rita. I said, she goes, how'd the ear appointment go? It went fine, but I'm at Trader Joe's. So I pulled into Trader Joe's and I walked through and I filled up a basket and went out, jumped in the car and headed home. And loaded up the house and then went over to the bunker. So that's a typical day here. One of the things that wasn't typical for me today is I didn't have to do any show prep. So we had the Twitter show today, and I knew that I'll be able to blow through Twitter and just hang out. So it was a very relaxing day compared to normally what goes on around here. What are your favorite 80s high tops? You talking about shoes? Man, there was, I can't remember the name of the company now. I used to wear those. I did Capezios too as well, but my favorite high tops of the 80s were all Nikes, and I still have them. I have a bag of shoes that Rita is telling me I need to donate, and I just can't. I might have 2 bags of shoes, actually. One of my favorite pairs from the 90s, and I still have them, my Gary Paytons. And those are the ones with the Velcro flap that went over the shoelaces, the leather, so they look like one piece of leather. I still have those. I still have a silver pair. They're bright silver. I call them my moon boots. My Scottie Pippen one-piece plastic Nikes with the hologram Nike logo on the side. I still have those. And I actually wore those things in public. I cannot believe that I ever did that. But there you go. This is from Craig. Jimmy, what does find your truth mean? Live your truth, etc. I'm going to go straight to bliss on that. Bliss and truth. Find your truth. Find your bliss. Don't lie to yourself. Don't be fake. Don't do it. Don't find your bliss. This is from Deuce Guy. Inquiring fader minds need to know, what is your favorite brand for chilled vodka? Grey Goose. Grey Goose. There you go. Yeah, that's Grey Goose it's not cheap. It's not the most expensive, but it is dependable. Grey Goose is great vodka. So there you go. Vans. No, I never did. I do Vans now. I didn't do Vans then. What? No Reggie Millers? I had a pair of Reggie Millers at one point. I still do somewhere. I do. I got Kobe's. I got Kobe. Rita bought me some Kobe Nikes back in the 90s. No. When did you get me those, Rita? I was to say 90s. I was about 2005, 2008. Whenever the Lakers won their last championship. Beluga is awesome vodka if you can find it. Yeah, when you can find it, Beluga's good. It's well done there, Scott. I'm gonna give you a star. Gonna give you a heart on that. What about the Jays? I've got some Jordans. I don't know which ones. They make so many of them, but. Yeah, those look good too. That's Alan Wenner coming in strong. Nobody stick with the Chuck Taylors. Yeah, I know, but Chuck Taylors I always had to wear inserts with. Bad arch support of the Chuck Taylors. But I've got some Chucks. Of course, I've got some Chucks. No question about it. Okay, well, with that, I'm going to wrap. Man, I've got so many that I missed tonight, and I apologize for that. There is probably, I don't know what the count is. Let me see if I can get a grab here. I'll get a screen grab of the count tonight. The count is, are you ready? The count is 38,874 tweets and retweets tonight during the show and likes. That's insane to me. And so I only got to maybe 50 or 100. And there you go. So thank you to everybody. We got to do this again. I have no issues, man. We should do Twitter night once a month, maybe once a week. This is a lot of fun. I could do this all night long. With that, I got to get out of here. I almost blew through the end of the show. Fade to Black. Tomorrow night, Alan Green is here. And his research, yes, that is Dino's Pizza. Thank you for that. His research into Shakespeare is extraordinary. It is. And we're going to do all of that tomorrow night. Fade to Black's executive producer is Rita Camarian. Show is produced by Hill J. Palm, Renee, Dennis, and Bob. Announcers are Steve Harder, Gene Vitoa, Mark D. Kovar. Webmaster, Drew the Geek. Music, Doug Aldrich. Intro, Spaceboy, spaceboymusic.com. Fade to Black is produced by KJCR for the Game Changer Network, and syndication is KGRA, The Planet. Thank you to everybody that tweeted. That's why it was called Twitter Night. Phone calls are great, too. This broadcast owned and copyrighted 2018 by Fade to Black and the Game Changer Network. It cannot be rebroadcast, downloaded, copied, or used anywhere in the known universe without written permission from Fade to Black and the Game Changer Network. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. Until tomorrow night with Alan Green, everybody be safe. Go back, Lee Tappy.